do you plan to build on this game for your next game in the semi-final? Because you know the higher you go, the tougher it becomes.
Yes. As a team, I think it was so much meeting we had. I told you, in order for you to be the best, you must have to be the best. And you go into the semi-final, you know it's not a child's play. The good players come and go. And it's football. Don't take anything for granted. The more you go, the tougher it becomes. Alright, so we take the game at a time. We are done with this one. Now we'll go back, sit down, relax. There's another how we're going to approach the next game.
Thank you very much. Now, before you leave, any question for the coach up there?
Coach, congratulations on your victory, great one. I made some few observations. I figured that in the first half, your guys were trying to match the Beninois in terms of physicality, try to be very physical with them, which I think it helped them to be able to contain your team. In the second half, I saw you switch to more like a 3-back system, more offensive, and try to play the ball. Can you talk me through the system, especially in the second half, and how it helped you win the game?
L'équipe a essayé de se réserver un peu en premier mi-temps. Ils n'ont pas tout donné. Et après, quand vous avez fait des changements, l'équipe a changé de dynamique. Ça allait plus vite. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous expliquer cela un peu?
You see, anytime you engage in a competition within West Africa, you know what it means. We are very physical. Both the Francophone and the Anglophone. Everybody, even Ghana that doesn't go physical, now Ghana is adopting. So we will not be left behind. We say, if the physicality is what is going to give us stability, we need to do it. We need to do it. That is why we are on top of the game, because physicality is the world now. And it's paying off. Even in AFCON, there are matches that if we don't show our physicalities, it won't go well. If you go back to our match with Morocco, let's let them feel the strength in us. So that was exactly what happened. And when we realized they were a bit down, they wanted to play, that is what we want. If you see a team that wants to play, we want it, so that we can match each other with play. So second of all, we realized they wanted to play, we said, okay, let's go out on them. Let's play now. That was how we were able to get the goals we get.
Oui, c'est ce que vous avez dit ici, tu n'as pas le physique.
All right.
Now Mohamed, but Olise has been brought down. Referee have signal play to continue. And let's see Keita, but Bamiye this time around has no problem. Straight to the arms. Mohamed, the Flying Eagles now making an incursion. Kamaldini sends a shot, but no problem for go to the captain of the side, Bomba. Bomba sends a long cross in. Cape, but he has been brought down, and the referee signal. Okoro trying to locate Mohamed. Now Olise. Shot. Magana. Tensuo. Olise. But that's a feeble shot. Cone. But the ball has been taken away from him. Okoro. This time. Cone. And that is the confirmation of the incident. And it's no other person. And this time around, Gobi sends a long one in Yesuro. Can this be the goal? No, look at the save. So that was the situation again. And look at the goalkeeper. It's rare talent here. Can this also be? Look at this.
Been a free roll, he's been moving around, walking around, and look, he's got that talent, and there is a huge potential ahead of him. Only that.
But no problem for Kobe. Olise. Kamaldeen. Bami. Look at this. Keita. Bamba. But Kamadini does so well. Sends a long one in. But still, the Flying Eagles creating some decent chances. Okoro. Olise sends a long one in. Still the Flying Eagles. Look at this feeble shot. Keita. A shot.
By their striker, Keita, who was so strong. Tactically, the Nigerians, they've done so well there.
So that was some skills there from Olise for you. The Flying Eagles. Can this be the goal? Look at this.
To take the lead.
Look at it again. Tape. Still tape. Can this be the goal? Look at this. And the second yellow card. This time around.
That was a good run there from Tape.
Mohammed.
Yeah.
Now goalkeeper Harcourt. Fana. No, the ball has been blocked. Can this be the goal? No problem for goalkeeper Harcourt. Zadok. Sadiq. Mohammed. That was a Imarana. Olise. Look at this. He underrated the ball.
He underrated the shot.
The Flying Eagles. Fofana! Look at this. But I can't yell.
That Fofana could have taken the lead for the young elephant of La Côte d'Ivoire. The power behind the ball was not corner rather given.
Olise. Keep up that solo. Save another situation.
He's been able to show up.
Cole. Bamba. The first time that he searches for it. Can this be the goal? Look at this. Wow. Look at the save again. Okoro. Now Fofana. Sadiq.
But it was
Fofana. Sidibe. Tape sends a long one in. But the goalkeeper does well, punches it well. Bamba. Imarana with that cross. Can this be the goal? No. Okoro. Professional one.
Professional foul, yeah, professional foul because
so Kwasi. This is
Zakaria, he did it against Niger. That was the only goal they scored past Niger, and he repeated that in their last group game against the Sparrowhawks of Togo. He scored a second goal after Tape had given the lead to the
Sadiq sends a long one in. But look at this. I wouldn't be surprised. Tenacia, the center referee, have brought proceeding to an end, and the young elephant of La Côte d'Ivoire, Wafu Zombie 2025 boys U20, they have lifted the trophy. Colombia,
Ali, they are going home with the trophy.
The semi-final is just like every other match. The most important thing is the boys understand that they have to keep their focus, because the competition is coming to an end, and if truly you want to be a champion, every match that comes your way now, you need to at least approach the match with a positive mindset to come out victorious. So the boys fully understand that.
Oui, il faut dire que pour nous, la demi-finale, c'est comme les autres matchs. Nous sommes en train de nous approcher vers la fin de la compétition. Et maintenant, il faut dire que nous voulons remporter ce tournoi. Et les garçons sont très motivés et très concentrés pour ça.
Thank you. I think the goal scoring thing has been the problem we encountered during AFCON. Even though the majority of the players are not the one here now present. But all the same, we have made it a point of duty to make sure that we really work tirelessly about goal scoring, and which I believe it is the result that we are seeing now. But it's still work in progress. But definitely the goal scoring department has been what we have been working on seriously. Even ever before we left Nigeria, the little time we spent together, I think we work more on that than all other part of the departments of the game. I think the goal scoring is what we really work more on.
Je crois que nous avons travaillé plus sur le compartiment offensif pour pouvoir marquer beaucoup de buts. Nous avions ce problème, surtout à la Coupe d'Afrique des Nations. Même si ce n'est pas les mêmes joueurs que j'ai avec moi ici, c'était l'une de nos problèmes à l'époque. Et je pense que nous avons plus travaillé sur ça avant même d'arriver ici que sur les autres compartiments de jeu. Et je pense que ce sont les résultats de ce travail que nous sommes en train de voir dans ce tournoi.
I don't think so. I would have preferred a situation where I played more number of matches compared to we that play. They play 3 compared to we that play 2. I would have preferred my team to be in that situation, because the more matches you play, the better the team becomes. That is how it should be, because this competition even gives rest. At least 2-3 days after every match, you need to rest. So the recovery, the time for recovery is good enough for any or every team not to feel disadvantaged, even playing more number of matches. But all the same, we have played 2, they have played 3. It's just a thing of the mind. We are going to approach the match the way we should. I believe, even though we played 2 matches and they played 3 and they have not, their defense has been very good. Yes, we respect that. We respect that they have a very formidable, a very solid defense, but no 2 matches are the same. So the matches they have played are different. This is another different match entirely.
So, les matchs sont différents. J'aurais aimé être dans la situation de Niger où ils ont joué 3 matchs, parce que plus de matchs tu joues, plus tu arrives à corriger tes erreurs et mieux ton équipe est. Donc je ne dirais pas que c'est un avantage pour nous. Et aussi dans une compétition comme ça, les équipes ont les mêmes jours de repos, c'est pas un problème. Donc
All right. So we got the Flying Eagles of Nigeria taking on the Black Satellites of Ghana in the final of the Wafu Zone B under 20 game hosted at the Stade de Kegwe in Lomé, Togo. Please make sure to like this video, share, comment, subscribe.
Nigériane. Et c'est parti avec ce centre qui a cherché son attaquant dans la surface de réparation, repoussé par...
Attention avec cette passe de l'autre côté, le centre et la défense.
Ce centre parfait de Maigari, le latéral droit du Nigeria, qui a essayé de trouver son partenaire dans la surface. Attention avec cette occasion nigériane, mal négociée cette fois-ci par l'attaquant nigérien, c'est pas fini. Avec cette fois-ci Borobo, le centre avec la tête.
Ah oui, c'était tête de Dacosta qui, dans la surface de réparation, rapidement tiré, c'est renvoyé par la... Attention. Attention avec ce centre. Il réceptionne très bien le cœur. Le Nigeria qui n'a pas réussi à marquer ce but.
Ah oui, le Nigeria qui n'a pas réussi à marquer ce but de réparation, mais il a tergiversé parce qu'il a beaucoup tardé. Sinon, il avait...
Le 1-2, c'est bien joué dans la surface de réparation. Le petit geste, peut essayer un peu de l'éliminer. Attention avec ce centre. De formation, en commençant par le Ghana qui a fait il y a 4 matchs avec 2 victoires, 2 nuls. Du côté du Nigeria avec ce ballon, on retrouve sur le côté avec Clinton Jefta qui va servir son partenaire avec Obina, le centre. Ouh là là, Nkuruma, balle au pied. Attention, le passement des jambes à l'appui, il est rentré. Finalement, le ballon est un petit peu sorti. Est-ce qu'il va faire un centre peut-être? Il cherche une solution.
Qui relance ses partenaires avec Hafou Adou. Attention, le centre entré devant le cuir. C'est parti, il a essayé plutôt de retrouver son partenaire du centre cette fois-ci avec la tête de la défense ghanéenne. La frappe
la reprise de Mohamed Ibrahim qui n'était pas... Attention, il est en tout cas, heureusement qu'il s'est ressaisi pour remettre...
à amuser avec le feu. Déjà Moussiba Ouaziz, on le connaît, c'est un attaquant
nigérian. Le ballon qui est soulevé, la tête défensive. Arrivé pour Desmond Tété. La frappe pour la tête de Desmond Tété. Obina, waouh, le joli geste. Voyez par la tête. Allez où? Et rapidement tiré. Ah oui, c'est très bien fait. La tête.
Avec Magari. Megari qui s'appuie. Attention, Megari en profondeur encore. Le centre de Megari. Pour qui? Attention. La frappe. Attention. Et voilà. L'ouverture du score. L'ouverture du score pour le Nigeria.
Parobo Arrieri.
Vient donc taire tous les assauts offensifs de cette formation ghanéenne. Et c'est Parobo qui vient donc d'ouvrir.
Ce sera donc une sortie de but.
Ils ont laissé la brèche pour le joueur nigérian. Et voilà, il a profité.
L'avancée du petit peu. Nkuruma. Oh là là. Nkuruma. Heureusement, il a toujours le ballon. Nkuruma. Et la rentrée touche. La tête. Attention. Avec la reprise instantanée. Heureusement.
Avec cette passe en profondeur pour Nkuruma. Avec sa vivacité. Voilà. Quelle phase de jeu. Quel capitaine ghanéen. Asamoah qui dégage comme il peut. Et c'est pas fini. Le buteur qui profite. La frappe.
Un second but. Le doublé. Le doublé ici. Sur ce terrain.
On peut le souligner. Ce but extraordinaire de Parobo Arrieri.
Quelle précision de frappe. Fantastique. Extraordinaire. Je poursuis toujours avec Nkuruma maintenant. Le Ghana qui va devoir repartir avec ce centre. Et le rebond. La défense qui vient. Ah oui, Mukaila. Déjà 1 minute de temps additionnel dans cette rencontre. Alors que le ballon rouge du jeu. Attention, le petit geste. Et l'enroulé. Et l'arrêt miraculeux. 1 minute de temps additionnel dans cette rencontre. Alors que le ballon rouge du jeu. Attention, le petit geste. Et en tout cas, quel arrêt. C'est pas encore terminé avec Nkuruma. Nkuruma, il est rentré. Le ballon. Oh. Première partie, ou encore mieux la première partie d'explication entre le Ghana et le Nigeria. 2-0. Mukaila, c'est la pause.
Ah oui, c'est là.
C'est bien fait pour servir maintenant un Ford Adou Boaeng. Qu'est-ce qu'il va faire avec le centre? Au second poteau, on a Nkuruma et la tête de la défense du Nigeria avec Nkuruma. La frappe lointaine de Nkuruma. Une frappe.
Marfo. Denis Marfo, il dégage avec la tête. Attention. La tête.
Le coup d'effet qui a retenti. Obina. Attention, Obina. Sans problème pour. Ah oui, je rappelle, balancé sur le côté droit. Edwin Akoufa Samoa, le centre. Attention, Nkuruma pour servir en son garde de l'autre côté. Il est là, il est rentré. Attention. Quel sauvetage. Obina qui vient encore une fois sauver sa formation. Obina, quel joueur de cette formation du Nigeria. Et le Ghana qui ne va pas réussir à concrétiser. Pour le Ghana, rapidement tiré au second poteau. Rapidement tiré. Attention, la tête de la défense du Ghana. Et le... Justement, ça fera du bien. Attention avec ce ballon. Les rentrées sur une opération. Qu'est-ce qu'a fait la frappe? Nkuruma, c'est pas côté terminé. Nkuruma qui s'est repoussé de l'autre côté. Et c'est repoussé, ça revient encore une fois. Juste devant la frappe lointaine. Les dieux du Ghana ne vont pas répondre. Les dieux du Ghana qui...
Mais ça fait quand même du bien que cette équipe arrive quand même à se créer des occasions. En tout cas,
le d'énergie du côté du Ghana. Attention, il est rentré avec le centre et sans problème, sans problème. Attention, la tête de la défense.
Ah oui, Emmanuel Adebayor qui a notamment fêté son jubilé de fin de carrière. Lui là qui est passé par des grands clubs, Mansal, où il a fait en tout cas parler de son talent en terminant d'ailleurs en 2008 deuxième buteur de seul ballon d'or que le Togo a eu. Le seul ballon d'or africain bien sûr, Gilles Oro.
Justement avec...
Quand on sait que c'est une compétition qui a duré 2 semaines, d'autant plus que cette équipe même est menée au score par 2-0.
Justement, c'est ce que Desmond lance dans la verticalité, c'est bien fait. Ah oui, le 1-2 avec Richmond Tété, le centre. Et voilà du score sur un centre. Très bien, la justesse du score sur un centre. Très bien, la justesse du score sur un centre. Très bien, la justesse de Richmond Tété.
À tout un Ghana et pour chercher cette attention, la frappe encore et voilà encore lui.
Ces gens de compétition, marquer 5 buts en 5 matchs, en tout cas ce n'est pas donné à n'importe qui. Il va falloir qu'on s'appelle Jerry Effrier pour pouvoir marquer 5 buts en 5 matchs.
Ah oui, il va falloir s'appeler Jerry Effrier pour marquer 5 buts en 5 matchs alors que le ballon...
L'arbitre estime qu'il n'y a rien sur cette action avec le portier ghanéen qui sort pour dégager le ballon. Le nouvel entrant.
Le tournoi qualificatif de la CAN des moins de 20 ans. Attention avec ce ballon qui est écarté de l'autre côté. Le côté gauche bien sûr. Le passement des jambes avec la passe réussie. Le centre. Et la tête. Sans problème. Sans problème. Donc il va devoir reprendre. Et l'entrée de Raphaël Oyebanjo. Récupération des Ghanéens. Ah oui, c'est très bien fait. Attention de l'autre côté. Qu'est-ce qu'il va faire? Le centre à venir. Oh, il est arrivé tardivement. Mukaila.
En tout cas, mais je pense que le joueur était court. Le joueur était...
C'est récupéré cette fois-ci par Lucia Boisiz. Et cette égalisation, attention, avec ce joueur, qu'est-ce qu'il va servir de l'autre côté? Ouh là là, et la faute. Et la faute très bien vue quand même.
Et c'est le nouvel entrant qui va essayer ce coup franc. Il laisse, attention, la frappe contrée sur le mur nigérian. Et c'est parti avec cette contre-attaque nigériane. Le joueur qui ne lâche pas. Il donne son corps en position et voilà, il a obtenu la faute. Quelle expérience de ce jeune joueur.
Ah oui, quelle expérience de ce jeune joueur. Et là, carton. Alors que là, les supporters du Nigeria se sont déjà levés.
Éviter le danger. Peut-être un dernier centre pour les Ghanéens. Attention, il ne lâche pas. Et voilà, il n'y a rien. Il lâche tardivement cet attaquant.
Justement, il est entré tardivement. Et donc c'est terminé. C'est donc terminé. Le Nigeria qui est sacré en tout cas champion de la zone UFOAB. Des éliminatoires encore mieux, des qualificatifs comptant pour la CAN de moins de 20 ans qui sera jouée en 2025. Et voilà, une victoire méritée pleinement par cette formation du Nigeria. 2-1 ici au stade de Gégé. Le Nigeria qui, en tout cas, est sacré champion.
Et les joueurs, les staffs, les photographes, tout le monde, voilà, félicitations pour cette équipe du Nigeria.
Ah oui, félicitations à cette équipe du Nigeria. Félicitations en tout cas à la zone UFOAB parce que là, on aura 2 représentants. Ce sont les finalistes qui vont représenter la zone UFOAB à cette CAN des moins de 20 ans.
Exactement, je viens d'annoncer ça plus haut. Et c'est le Ghana et le Nigeria qui vont représenter la zone IFOAB dans cette Coupe d'Afrique des Nations de cette catégorie. Tout en sachant que dans notre zone, la zone A notamment, c'est la Sierra Leone.
The semi-final is just like every other match. The most important thing is the boys understand that they have to keep their focus because the competition is coming to an end, and if truly you want to be a champion, every match that comes your way now, you need to at least approach the match with a positive mindset to come out victorious. So the boys fully understand that.
Ouais, oui, il faut dire que pour nous, la demi-finale, c'est comme les autres matchs. Nous sommes en train de nous approcher vers la fin de la compétition. Et maintenant, il faut dire que nous voulons remporter ce tournoi. Et les garçons sont très motivés et très concentrés pour ça.
Thank you. I think the goal scoring thing has been the problem we encountered during AFCON. Even though majority of the players are not the one here now present. But all the same, we have made it a point of duty to make sure that we really work tirelessly about goal scoring, and which I believe it is the result that we are seeing now. But it's still work in progress. But definitely the goal scoring department has been what we have been working on seriously. Even ever before we left Nigeria, the little time we spent together, I think we work more on that than all other part of the departments of the game. I think the goal scoring is what we really work more on.
Je crois que nous avons travaillé plus sur le compartiment offensif pour pouvoir marquer beaucoup de buts. Nous avions ce problème, surtout à la Coupe d'Afrique des Nations. Même si ce n'est pas les mêmes joueurs que j'ai avec moi ici, c'était l'un de nos problèmes à l'époque. Et je pense que nous avons plus travaillé sur ça avant même d'arriver ici que sur les autres compartiments de jeu. Et je pense que ce sont les résultats de ce travail que nous sommes en train de voir dans ce tournoi.
I don't think so. I would have preferred a situation where I played more number of matches compared to we that they played 3 compared to we that played 2. I would have preferred my team to be in that situation because the more matches you play, the better the team becomes. That is how it should be, because this competition, even gives rest at least 2-3 days after every match. You need to rest. So the time for recovery is good enough for any or every team not to feel disadvantaged, even playing more number of matches. But all the same, we have played 2, they have played 3. It's just a thing of the mind. We are going to approach the match the way we should. I believe, even though we played 2 matches and they played 3 and they have not, their defense has been very good. Yes, we respect that. We respect that they have a very formidable, a very solid defense, but no 2 matches are the same. So the matches they have played are different. This is another different match entirely.
So, les matchs sont différents. J'aurais aimé être dans la situation de Niger où ils ont joué 3 matchs. Parce que plus de matchs tu joues, plus tu arrives à corriger tes erreurs et mieux ton équipe est. Donc je ne dirais pas que c'est un avantage pour nous. Et aussi dans une compétition comme ça, les équipes ont les mêmes jours de repos, ce n'est pas un problème. Donc
Hello there. Thank you very much for joining us in the African sporting sector. We are getting ready to become the director, connecting you to excitement like a vector and bring you the highs and lows like a gear selector. We're even going to be as high ranking as a polytechnic rector, ready to give you the larger picture like a projector and acting as efficiently as an engine that uses an injector, as well as shining bright at night even as a reflector. We are VIVxSports, ready for non-stop action, celebrating African sporting excellence. And that's why we're here. I'm excited to have you join us for our first ever broadcast. And the drama is just about to unfold around 2 African nations who are hoping to get a ticket into the quarterfinal stage of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. It is Nigeria's Flying Eagles ready to battle Argentina in a fixture that has made history over the years. While, of course, there's South Africa, of course, also in the mood to take on Colombia. So it feels like it's South America against Africa in tonight's action in the World Cup. My name is Chuma Nnoli, excited to be here in the company of a fantastic guy as well, to my D. You know, he stands out in every complex. He's always ready to flex on the microphone. He has a fantastic reflex, and his name is Alex. What's popping, bro?
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Nobody does it better. Good to be here. Very first broadcast, and hopefully we get to enjoy what these 2 games will bring to the table. Like you rightly stated, is Africa v South America. South Africa will face up against Colombia, and then Nigeria would rekindle their rivalry with Argentina. We've seen many games with Nigeria and Argentina in the past, but most notably for many Nigerians who would remember the '96 Olympics.
Yeah.
Also, some of the other memorable games that we've seen. Though it was painful to lose to Argentina in the 2005 Under-20 World Cup in the Netherlands, but I mean, it's one of those things. It happens. But today, it's a different team, different generation of players. But we expect to see amazing football game. Maybe concluded in 90 minutes or extra time and penalties. You just never know. But good to be here. And let's talk football.
Ready to talk football, of course, myself and Alex. Also, you out there too. It's very interactive what we do here every single time. So feel free to drop your comments on the comment section. We're streaming live across both Facebook and YouTube as well. Well, counting out minutes now, I can check the time officially. This is like 8:13 Nigeria time. So we're just about 17 minutes or over that to the main event for not just Nigeria, but also South Africa. I know it's about 9:13 p.m. in South Africa because you guys are an hour ahead of us. So let's walk together now. You know, in football terms, we're rivals, aren't we? But tonight, fans of South African and Nigerian football will be backing each other to keep flying the flag of our continent. There's no official flag for Africa, though, but just metaphorically, if you make sense of what I said in this competition. We've had just one African team win the Under-20 World Cup in the past. You have to go back to when Egypt hosted the competition in 2009. It was the Black Satellites of Ghana who eventually won that title, beating Brazil in the final or something like that. And that generation had, Andrea Ayew and co, and that generation also got players that went on to help Ghana march on in the World Cup in South Africa in 2010, as well as the 2014 competition. So this is an important part of the growth of football for any nation, Alex, under 20. And there are stars are plenty that have come through the ranks. And the biggest, of course, you could argue, I've used the word, of course, 3 times already in the last few minutes, but that's the reality. The biggest of them all would be certainly Lionel Messi, right?
Yeah. Played in the tournament, won the tournament, and was the best player of the tournament. He was unplayable. I think that showed us the Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
We've seen him in Barca before that tournament, but then, seeing him play for the Argentina national team alongside some of the younger players at the time, Aguero, Mascherano, you had Di Maria in that team. It was a young Argentinian team. We also had a great Nigerian team, let's be honest, with John Obumike leading that line and stuff like that. But like you said, if you think about the Under-20 World Cup, you think about Lionel Messi, because that Argentina team was a wonderful, wonderful team. And, not bad that we lost to them. It was just painful because we knew we had a chance. But then, that happened. But again, like you said, 2 African teams playing tonight. The host nation have been knocked out by Mexico. I think it was a familiar game. Chile, South American side, playing against a North American team. But Mexico scoring 4 goals in that game. It was just... They were unplayable. They were very good in the game. 4 goals into the back of the net, and they made the host nation look so, ordinary on the day. But 2 games, 2 African teams. I would want to hope that one qualifies to the next round. And when I say one, I hope that one qualifies. You know what I'm talking about? The Nigerian team. Even though Argentina, they've won. There are 3 games in the group stage. And they've played really well so far in this tournament. For Nigeria, 1 draw, 1 loss, 1 victory is the reason why we're in the next round of this tournament. And for South Africa, they also got 2 victories, beating the United States 2-1 in their final group game, and also getting the better of New Caledonia in their game. But they only lost to France. Obviously, France, very good team. The under-20 side, really good. So today would bring some exciting football to the table. Maybe it's time to search for that next Lionel Messi or that next John Obi Mikel. You never know. Tonight may just be that game where we'd see a Nigerian player step up and show the world that they can fight for these moments, and also make sure that they put their name into the history books. It's a wonderful proposition for us, for the players, and also for African football, because like you said, this is the stage where you want to show what you can do.
You spoke about stars, that could come through from this one. Aleo Sacho is the big name. He's a joint top scorer in the competition. He's the star man for Argentina. We saw him score 2 goals, a brace that is, in their opening game of the competition against Cuba. And he's gone on to shine and score even more for that side. He will be the main man. And for Nigeria, of course, Daniel Bamiye is in the conversation too. His 2 goals, though, have come from the penalty spot. And that's the problem with Nigeria's Flying Eagles. They have not been... Bro, it's a challenge for them. And it didn't start now, really. They've been having this battle from the Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations, where Nigeria struggled to score goals in the knockout rounds. The Flying Eagles only won through penalties against Senegal in the quarterfinals of that Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations, and then lost to South Africa by 1-0 in the semi-finals before beating their rivals in the 3rd place match narrowly through penalty shootout again. They've come into this World Cup. Alex has mentioned that to you too. And they are conceding as many as they are scoring. On the contrary, Argentina have been a high-flying side. The Argentines have netted 8 goals so far in this competition and have conceded only 2. This could be a massive strong point for Argentina heading into the game. Based on form, based on quality, based on goal-scoring abilities, Argentina are on paper the favourites for the game tonight. But I'm sure this is where you're going to say the spirit of Nigeria is to never give up, right?
Yeah, never give up. If they can be set up nicely defensively, I think that will be where the core of the team, they should play well defensively. For Argentina, it was surprising to me that the strongest team on the group, they didn't concede against that team, but then they conceded 2 goals. One was a very funny goal to concede. The other was, something really worked well in that first game that they played. But as it stands, we've seen the efficiency of the Argentines. They are very good, especially in transitions. Acuna in the midfield. The other guy you mentioned, what's his name? Sacho, who plays down, the middle. They've shown that they can play good and quick counter-attacking transition football that would also disturb any defense. I mean, a team that has won 3 games so far in the group stages coming into this one. They know that the Nigerian team are not going to be any pushover. They know that it's not going to be an easy game. Nigeria would want to, rely so much on their physical strength to do something amazing in this game. But I still think that we should be wary of the kind of attack or the number of times that this Argentinian side will run at the Nigerian team. But if we can set up the defense nicely, if we can put it in a way where there's not too much space to give up, in and around the defense area. That's where Argentina will come alive because they can play in those pockets of spaces and try to exploit, the brilliance of their players going forward. But play well at the back, defend tight, don't leave spaces. Sometimes it's difficult to watch the Flying Eagles play because you just see some schoolboy errors, you see some lackluster defending, and then you get to wonder, these guys, they train, they should understand themselves right now. But it's not entirely the same team that played in the under-20 AFCON. They have some different players in the team, so I can understand that. But then again, like you said, the struggle to get goals via open play is what should be corrected. I don't know if that's going to be corrected in this game because, like I said, this is a stiffer opponents to play. But if they can play through transition and also match the Argentines toe to toe, then they stand a better chance of winning. If they sit deep and defend, it's going to be a problem for them, Chuma.
Part of reality for the Flying Eagles heading into this fixture, but certainly they do have enough quality to also show they can trouble Argentina. As we saw 2 years ago, Nigeria met Argentina, who were the host of the Under-20 World Cup back then, and beat the Argentines by 2-0 in this same stage of the competition. We progressed to the quarterfinals before being eliminated by Korea Republic. So Argentina do have their pound of flesh. They want to get a bit of revenge, but the head-to-head record says there's no disparity between the sides. So
it's not looking good.
I know. I want to even focus more on the head-to-head record from the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. I'm going to talk about other records. They are not our mates all round. This is what you're seeing on your screen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But in the Under-20 World Cup, we met just twice, right? 2005, Alex mentioned that they beat us in the final by 2-1. Messi scored the 2 goals in that final. Obasio Buke scored the only goal for Nigeria then. And then, 2023, Nigeria-Argentina, only for the second time in the Under-20 World Cup, and we beat them by 2-0. So in the Under-20 World Cup, head-to-head
it's
is
1-1.
However, holistically, as you're seeing on your screen, from Atlanta 96, we're happy, right?
Atlanta 96
USA 94, they beat us.
Yeah.
Korea Japan 2002, they beat us. Olympics final 2008, they beat us.
It's not good.
Russia 2018, they beat us.
Even 2010. It's not good to think about. We've not had a good run-in against Argentina. That 2018 one, I think that one was the most painful because we stood a chance. It was 1-1 at some point, and then you thought, okay, we can fight.
Musa had a great game.
No, the 2014 one was not even good. I mean, it was 3-2, but then we were not going to match them. They were way better in that game. But the 2018 Argentinian team, it wasn't a good team, so to speak. They struggled against Iceland, I remember, in that World Cup. They also didn't play well even when they faced France. Regardless of the fact that they scored 3 goals in that game. But it wasn't good to see the 2018 game because we were matching them toe to toe. We were playing well. We were, trying to get the victory. And then Messi comes up with that goal, and it's 2-1, and then it's just sad, it's just sad. But then the rivalry is there. We know that Argentina and Nigeria is always something. There's always something, and the Nigerian team will always try to put their best foot forward. The last time they played in the Under-20, like you rightly stated, 2-0 in that game. I can remember. It was an unexpected victory. Nobody thought that Nigeria would go into a game against Argentina and beat them, but we did beat them. We kept a clean sheet, so it's possible. It's something that can happen. It's something that it's not impossible. Unlike if we're playing the national team of the Argentinian first team, I'll maybe have problems. But this one, if it's the Jaga football that they want to play, they didn't play that. But then again, I think that if Ali Zabari has set up the team as a 4-3-3 formation. But I just want to see resolute defending. I want to see intention when they defend, and also when they transition, when they go forward. Don't play long passes and make it look drab and boring on the eye. Try to play your football. Match them toe to toe. I mean, they're under 20 boys, just like the Nigerian team. So we can get something off this game. It's going to be difficult, but I see the Nigerian team putting their best foot forward.
All right, beyond Nigeria, we've mentioned that South Africa also up against Colombia, and the South African side had a good run in the group stage. And, well, again, you're not surprised with how well they have performed because we saw their brilliance in the FIFA, the Africa on the 20 Cup of Nations. They beat Nigeria in the semi-final stage of that continental competition, which was the qualifying series as well for this World Cup. 4 teams representing Africa. South Africa and Nigeria, 2 of the 4 teams that had the chance to play for our continent in this 24 team on the 20 World Cup. Colombia were in the same group with Nigeria. In fact, they played out a draw against the Flying Eagles in our final group game. Daniel Bami stepping up to score a penalty after the 80th minute to restore parity and get a bit of clarity for Nigeria. 1-1 is how that game ended. Colombia also held their own. Thing about Colombia as they head into this game against South Africa is they've had over 40 shots on goal in this competition, but have scored only 2 goals.
Yeah.
They try to create chances, but their conversion rate is terrible, which is something South Africa can capitalize on.
Yeah, they can. And if you know South Africa so well and you've watched them in this tournament, you will know that they're a fearless side.
Yeah.
I don't think they respect anybody. And that's the right way to go. Even the game they lost against France, they were fearless. They stepped up, they played, but they only lost because, France had the edge on the day. They played better and they connected as a team, and that's why the French under 20 side got the better of the South Africans.
Yeah.
But the game they played against the US, it was a seamless game at some point. They controlled the tempo of the game and they scored 2 wonderful goals. So Colombia have to fix that. I don't know if I want to support them to fix that on this day because I'd love to see 2 African teams qualify to the next round, but if Colombia want to do better, having 40 shots and scoring only 2 goals, that's poor when you talk about conversion rate in football. And I think that the manager would be looking at it and saying, if they want to get to the next round, they have to be better. They have to create chances and take their chances when they create them. So it's going to be an interesting game. Even more so, maybe it could rival the Nigeria-Argentina game for excitement, if you ask me. Because South Africa, like I said, in this tournament, they've been fearless so far. They've won 2 games out of 3 played already, and we've already seen that they can score goals if given the opportunity to score. And if they create chances, they know how to bury them. So that will be something that the Colombians will be looking at and be saying, we have to be wary of this side because they can create chances, they can score goals, and this could also be yet another fantastic performance from an African team against the South American team tonight.
South Africa beat Morocco in the final of the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations by 0-0. They are in this tournament as African champions. That's why I need to give them the respect they would love to get. And for them, getting to this stage of this competition is a first experience since Egypt 2009. It's been a long time coming for South Africa in the Under-20 World Cup, and we're rooting for them as well. While here to, of course, VIVxSports. That's what we're all about, promoting the very best of African sports. It's all encompassing for us as we celebrate African sporting excellence. My name is Chuma Nnoli here with my man, Alex Agbasiere. And we are warming up for the action itself, just to enjoy this watch party together with you as we watch along and, of course, describe the action for you as well. We're not going off course. Maybe that's why I'm saying so much of course, because we're on course to going somewhere now with the game activated shortly. Drop your comments if you can, please, via the comment section. We do have some gifts for you. We come around here. We're starting a new brand. We love what we're doing here, and we want to put a smile on your face beyond the quality of our brilliance on the microphone and in front of the camera. We also want to ensure that no one sounds like a stammerer by giving you something that will make you flow non-stop. Your fluency and otherwise will be great. So we do have some reward for you if you can share the right prediction of these games. South Africa against Colombia, Nigeria against Argentina. By halftime, we'll stop taking your predictions. Let us know what you think the final score will be for the Nigeria-Argentina game. If after 90 minutes, you're the first person to predict what will be the final scoreline right, then we'll have some gifts for you today. Okay? Jump on ETV, you can drop your comments via the comment section, please. And we'll be reading those messages of yours as we progress. Nigeria-Argentina, a rivalry that has lasted for so long a time. Are we going to have another epoch-making occasion, one that could give us things to talk about for years to come? Argentina are 6-time world champions in the Under-20 World Cup. Nigeria have never won this title. Our best bet was reaching the final twice. In 1989, we lost to Portugal. And in 2005, we lost to Argentina. Does history play a part in Senior World Cup? You think history plays a part? In Under-20 World Cup, many times it only happens once in a while that you have players who played in previous editions come back to play again. Like this current Nigerian
really
team, Daniel Aubameyang and the two Daniels are the rare occasion of players who played in the last one for Nigeria who are still here. Many times it's a new set of players every other time.
Yes.
So does history count? If you say Argentina are 6-time world champions and Nigeria have never won it, does that play any part in tonight's conversation?
It may not. I hope it doesn't, but it may not play a part. When you look at, like you said, I mean, the under-20 that plays this World Cup would definitely not be the under-20 that play the next one, except you have 16-year-olds play for the under-20. Then in the next World Cup, they'll be up to 20, and then they get to play the under-20 World Cup. But that's not the case. Many of these guys are in their 20s, some of them 20, some of them 19, proven by statistics and stuff like that. But again, it's not so bad. I mean, we don't have a bad record against Argentina in the under-20 when you put that in quotes. So it's win one and lose one. That's not bad. It's fair enough. Beating them, they've beaten us, even though they can, beat their hands on their chest and say they beat us in the final and we only beat them in a game. But it still doesn't change anything. If he was senior national footballer, that's a different conversation because it's continuous. But again, this is a different ballgame entirely. But it sure promises to be exciting. Again, it's Nigeria, Argentina. What do you expect? Excitement, from games like this. I've already questioned the tactical know-how and brilliance of Aliou Zabarou in the AFCON tournament, the under-20 AFCON tournament. Even in the Wafu B game that they played against the Ivorians, where they lost, just split-second error from the man, what's his name, Ebenezer Harcourt in goal, that gave that trophy to the Ivorians. But again, these things happen. They are young boys. They're going to learn. They're going to grow, and opportunities to perfect what they've learned would present itself to them. And this also is that opportunity to show the world that there's no space for errors. It's time to take the game seriously, do the right things, and then go to the next round, which will be the quarterfinals of the under-20 FIFA World Cup in Chile. It's been wonderful. We've been talking about it from the under-20 AFCON. We also talked about it in the Wafu B tournament. Now we're in the tournament proper. Now we're in the round of 16. It's time to go one step further.
One step further for Nigeria, and that step could be marching on to the semi-finals, which will be a step better than what they did the last time, where they got knocked out in the quarterfinals by Korea Republic. But the real step after this one tonight will be another quarterfinal place if Nigeria can get the better against Argentina in a game that is coming alive like right now. It's taking place in Santiago Stadium with a capacity of about 46,000 seats. In Chile, the Flying Eagles are not ready to be chilling, not yet. They have to wrap things up first before they think about chilling in Chile. But this is a reality that is upon us, and this is a beautiful reality. Nigeria against Argentina, again, a series that has been on for over 2 decades, one giving us a brand new chapter, and one that we hope will be as dramatic and as exciting as we have seen in previous editions of battles involving these two massive footballing nations. The Olympics in Atlanta in 1996 saw Nigeria beating Argentina by 3-2 in the final to win gold and become the first African team to win gold in a football event at the Olympics. Can we have that repeat itself 29 years after? We're going to have a repeat of Argentina's success in 2005 when they beat Nigeria in the final of this competition. Or would it also be the Flying Eagles repeating their feat from 2 years ago by doing it again? In fact, there has been, as the game has just kicked off, the Argentines not ready to slumber. They want to get the right number for themselves. They have already netted the opening goal, and Argentina silencing Nigeria at the very beginning. They have scored. I'm going to get into the starting X-side for the two sides almost immediately. But an early goal for the Argentines. They lead Nigeria by 0-0, and the game has just started, man.
Yeah, and that's really sad. To go into a game as important as this one and concede just in the first 3 minutes of the game, it's sad. That's not how you start a round of 16 tie. That's not how you want to start a big match as big as this one. And sadly so, they've considered first. They're now in the back foot. I mean, it just means that their backs are already on the wall. There's no way to go. There's no way to run other than trying to fight back. It's still early days in the game. I mean, only 3 minutes played in the game. I don't think they should be erratic or, take rash decisions in their hands or try to lose the game completely. They should relax, calm down, and also see how they can maybe get back into the game. For the Argentinians, it's rightly so. They've shown the intent that they want to play, they want to attack, and they want to score goals. And already they've started with the first goal of this game. Sad one so for the Nigerian team.
Oops, bright start for the Argentines. Very early start and very fantastic start. I'll just get into the stats now, as to statistics around these two sides, the quality of the players available for the fixture. That early goal will upset the Apple Cats. It's that man scoring his 4th goal of the tournament. He's the outright top scorer at this stage, Aleo Sako. Took him just 2 minutes to score against Nigeria. 3 goals he netted in the group stage, and now he's also scored 1 in the knockout round. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. Watch out for him, Aleo Sako. He's in that starting XI. Also does have some great backing from his goalkeeper, Santino, Babi, Estobias, Ramirez, Julio Sola, Dilian Gorosito, and Valente Pierani. In the midfield, we do have the quality of Milton Delgado, Valentino Acuna, and also Alvaro Montoro, with the attacking department led by the man Aleo Sako, who's now scored 4 goals. He plays for Bayer Leverkusen, by the way, in the Bundesliga in Germany. Maha Carrizo and Lian Subaibre are the men completing that starting XI. Quality also on the bench for Argentina, who've provided so many superstars that have come through the ranks to the 20 World Cup back in the day. Even Julian Alvarez, who won the World Cup with Argentina, scoring 3 goals or so in Qatar in 2022, had played in the Under-20 World Cup for his nation. So they are blessed with talents in this stage of world football. For Nigeria, there's Ebenezer Harcourt, one who's had the pleasure of playing for Sporting Lagos back in the day. He's moved on from that side, who now feature in the NNL, of course, but holds his own. Ebenezer Harcourt showed a bit of vulnerability with his defense, with aerial balls in the earlier round against Saudi Arabia. Now they have also not been able to keep a clean sheet. He's conceded. Basically, for Nigeria, every game has been conceding. Norway, we lost by a goal to nothing. Got victory in the game against Saudi Arabia, but conceded goals, and also conceded against that side, Colombia, in the final group game. 1-1, that's how that ended. So this is now 4 games in a row. No clean sheets for Ebenezer Harcourt and his Flying Eagles team. Amos Ochoche is in defense alongside Ferdinand Falcoro. Daniel Bamiyi, who scored twice already from the penalties for the captain of this side, and Haruna Aliyu. For Daniel Bamiyi, he's back. He was part of the Nigerian team that reached the quarterfinals of this World Cup in 2023, and he's back in 2025. Daniel Daga is another Daniel who was part of the team in 2023, who's here too. There's Israel Ayuma, Osia Achichi, and Tahir Maigana completing the 4 men in that midfield. 2 men up front for Nigeria, Parobo Ariahi and Nasiru Salihu. It's more like a 4-4-2 formation for the Flying Eagles. And this is already a shaky start, conceding. We've seen them come back in games, to be honest, the Flying Eagles. I'm sure that will be something the coach of the side, Aliyu Zubiro, will be telling his boys, yes, you've conceded early against Argentina, but don't lose your head.
Yeah, don't lose your head, because at this stage, if you lose your head, then you lose the game. Imagine losing your head and then maybe conceding 2 more goals in the first 45, maybe kissing the Under-20 World Cup goodbye. But, like I said, it's still early days. We've not even played up to 10 minutes of the football, so they can only relax. Yes, these things happen in football. My only worry now is the fact that early goal may change the approach. They may have been thinking to go into the game, soak up the pressure and settle before trying to attack and do their business. But now that the Argentinians have scored first and have scored early on, that would take whatever game plan that the Nigerian side had, throw it out the window. And it's always going to be difficult because, like I said, the South Americans are very good, with holding possession and trying to play, in transition. That's what they've done so far in this tournament. And that's why they're one of the best teams and one of the favorites to win this one. They've won 3 games already. And, they're in the lead. Like I said, just 7 minutes worth of football played out there in Chile. It's still Argentina who are doing the business of taking the first initiative of scoring a goal. But it's still early days. I think Aliyu Zabaru will understand. He's an experienced manager. He's been coaching for a while now. And he has also
more talents. South America and Africa are the two continents that are most blessed, and this is where those talents, more so at under 20 level, will have to show which continent is better.
Yeah, I mean, one continent has produced Ronaldinho, the other continent has a player as talented as Jojo Kocha, so you can understand. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does.
You know, but I mean, we have the talent, we have the quality. We've seen that in the past. I don't know so much about, you know, where our football is right now. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that we may not want to talk about on this broadcast. But again, the focus is Argentina now. That we have to get the job done and try to see what happens, you know, going forward. Like you said, it's still early days. It's 30 minutes on the clock. Make that 14 now. So the Nigerian team, you can see that they're gaining in on the Argentinians. So they're playing better now, and they're looking for ways to maybe, just maybe, get things done and get the equalizer. An equalizing goal would be good for their confidence and also going forward in the game. But don't forget also Chuma. We've seen games like this before where we see a goal in the first minute, and that's the only goal we get to see in the game down to the 90. You know, sometimes you see a goal in the first 2 minutes of the game, and you don't see any goal again. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happens today. But again, the Nigerian side will have to now fight for an equalizer and see what happens going forward in the game.
Early exchange is being dominated by Argentina, who've completed more than 64 passes. Nigeria just about 20 passes completed. That just shows you how dominant Argentina have started this game with that mentality of wanting to wrap things up as early as possible. Little wonder they scored after just 2 minutes of play. Still Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. We are VIVxSports, and we are having fun here with this watch along. It's our debut broadcast. If you stumble on this broadcast, please subscribe to our channel if you can. I'll be very grateful. We are building something magical as we promote the very best of African sports. It's not just about football. Football is the king of sports on the continent, yes, but when it's time to talk athletics, when it's time to talk basketball, when it's time to talk about those favorite sports of yours, whether it's the Olympic Games or the World Championships, for all of these sports, we will have you covered. Right now our focus is on the FIFA Under 20 World Cup. Next set of days, on Friday to be precise, we're going to be here for you to bring to you action involving Nigeria Super Eagles and Lesotho in the race to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. That'll be co-hosted by USA, Mexico and Canada. We'll also bring to you coverage of other World Cup qualifiers as it has to do with African nations. That's what we're all about. VIVxSports. For us, it's all about ensuring we promote the very best of sport on our continent. So please subscribe to our channel. Don't just stumble on it and run away, because we'll be here every single time for you to ensure you're carried along as all of these events in sports come alive. The Nations Cup will take place in December in Morocco. We'll be here for you as well. Nigeria Super Falcons will be playing a qualifying game for the Women's WAFCON shortly. Later this month they will play. We'll be here for you. That's all about. Please, again, just click on that subscribe button. Thank you so much for supporting this quest of ours to keep building African football and sports and taking it to higher levels. 14 minutes played. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. Just remind you again, the Argentines playing from right to left, Nigeria playing from left to right. Chuma Nnoli and Alex in here with VIVxSports. Argentina have the possession from the left-hand channel, and it's the man Ochoche who found a way to defend for the Flying Eagles. Long ball. Nigeria could be in a bit of trouble here, but the captain of the side, Daniel Bamiyi, has stepped up to defend. But the Flying Eagles have not defended well enough. Argentina are causing a bit of confusion in the heart of defense for the 7-time African champions. That's what Nigeria are. Argentina are 6-time world champions. And Daniel Bamiyi will help to clear. The ball is out for a throwing. The referee, I think, spotted an infringement there. And it's just the problem of the Flying Eagles. They are shaky even in defense.
Yeah, and look at that schoolboy defending. We always talk about it's just easy. He kicked the ball away from danger. He was just there trying to guide the ball and maybe trying to call on for help, but it wasn't going to work. And Argentina almost pounced from that opportunity. But again, everything has to be perfect. Maybe not perfect. Everything has to be on point. Your defending should be on point. The clearance should be on point. The passing should be on point. But here come the Nigerian side now.
Yeah, they're trying to compete from that left and channel.
That's not going to work.
Not working out too well. Beyond this FIFA Under-20 World Cup. We've also had World Cup qualifying matches for the real thing itself, the real deal, the main event in USA, Mexico, and Canada next year. Some African nations have already been involved in football, and let me share with you the results of games in the qualifying series from the African continent. Ethiopia beat Guinea-Bissau by a goal to nothing. It ended Djibouti 0, Egypt 3, Sierra Leone 0, Burkina Faso 1, and we saw Eswatini playing out to 2-1 draw against Angola, with Libya being held to a 3-3 draw by Cape Verde, and Mauritius losing to Cameroon by 2 goals to nothing. In other groups, we're having some live football tonight. It's Niger Republic 0, Congo 0. We're into the second minutes of added time before the end of the first half, and you can see the same for the Tanzania-Zambia game. That one is also 0-0. Ghana have qualified for the World Cup. They beat their rival Central African Republic by 5 goals to 0. That's how Star do, as someone will say. Without any further ado, give it up for the Black Stars. Salisu, Thomas Partey, Jordan Ayew, Sulemana, and also Jiku. 5 different goal scorers for the Black Stars in that 5-0 success against Central African Republic. And you think at this stage they're as good as being home and dry to that World Cup.
Oh my word. Just looking back at the goal, it was another horrible goalkeeping from Ebenezer Harcourt in goal. And that's worrying, if you ask me. I think sometimes the rush of blood to the head is, yes, he's young, I can understand, you know, but in that occasion he had no business going for that ball. He just left his goal area and created a free space for Sacho, who scored that goal for the Argentinian side. I think Ebenezer Harcourt should be doing better. I mean, like I said, one of the goals he considered against Saudi Arabia, he could have been avoided. You know, he also left his mark, and then the ball was played over him. Here again, he was going out to punch Claire. He didn't do the job of punching Claire, and then the ball was brought down nicely for Sacho, who was free on the other side. That's yet another error to concede early on in the game. He should be doing better. Not just Ebenezer Harcourt, everybody in the Flying Eagles side, they should be doing better. It's still early days, like I said, 18 minutes on the clock. The Nigerian side still have an opportunity here to maybe create something. They shouldn't rush to try and equalize, because if you do that, you leave spaces behind and the Argentinians can pounce. But good game so far. It's been, you know, quite the game, end to end, if you may. We saw the Nigerian team some moments ago coming forward on the left hand side, but couldn't just amount to anything. So it's going to be that type of game where you get to see the Argentinians come forward one moment, and then the Nigerians also try to do the same thing the next moment. But how they keep the ball and how they pass it around would be something I'll be looking forward to. They have to do it really well. They have to do it pinpoint. It has to be precise if they want to get anything from this game, because the way they've been playing in this tournament, that's not going to work here.
Oh, it's not a good time so far for Africa. Colombia have also scored against South Africa. South Africa trailing by a goal to nothing, just like Nigeria. It's also the same story for the South Africans, as they have conceded courtesy of Kanchimbo. That goal was conceded in the 7th minute. Colombia won, South Africa 0, Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. Early goals for the South Americans, and they are ruling over the Africans in the early exchanges in these 2 matches that we're bringing to you right here on VIVxSports. And let's just get to even more as to what's happening on the pitch. Argentina, the team playing from right to left. To go back to the goalkeeper, Babi taking his time to find the centre-back partners. Just by his right is Pierani, but he may want to launch the ball forward instead. Yeah, long ball into the heart of Nigeria's part of the divide, or side of the divide, and the Flying Eagles have regained possession. Lovely stuff. They can come forward now with Maigana from this right-hand channel. Switching play, interchange of passes.
That's it.
And lovely through ball, but Babi saves, stopping the chance for Nigeria.
Yeah, that was a great movement from the right-hand side. I think the passing was precise, and just to set the man on fire. That pass there from Maigana was really good, the way he drived forward and put the ball on the platter. But I don't know if there was a push there. He was getting to the ball first. I think that there was a push or a nudge just on the back of the player there. Well, Referee says play on, but I don't know, Chuma. That looked like a foul, if you ask me, because he got to the ball first, but just a nudge from the back takes him off that one. But good passage of play from the right-hand side. The way they work it from the right down to the middle, and the pass into the box also created some danger for the Argentinians. But here they come now.
Yeah, the Argentines could have an attempt to go from the right-hand channel. Hackett just watching that back line of he's trying to help. There'll be that shot and goal now. It goes wide. Game is opening up now, end-to-end stuff, and the referee says it's a free kick for Argentina on the edge of the Nigeria penalty area.
I have no idea why he has gone to give that as a free kick, because if you look at that again, it was a good skill from the right-hand side. The ball was played, and come on, let's. That was well taken already. I don't know why the referee had to call that back, but now Nigeria have a free kick to defend. 22 minutes on the clock, and this may just, if these guys have a Messi or a Di Maria-esque type of player, you may just be having a feeling that this could be ending in the back of the net.
Well, it was the player Acuna who was swept, took the attempt and goal that was off target, but
a really good player.
Follow through by the Nigerian defender.
They've shown quality already for Argentina in their first 3 games, and already showing signs that he could be the driving force going forward for the Argentinian team. This is a free kick in a very dangerous position. This, like I said, can end up in the back of the net. If I know Ebenezer Hackett so well, but he's trying to set up his wall, set the team rightly so to give them maybe an edge. The wall could do its job to block the shots if they do that well, but this is a great position for the Argentinians to maybe extend their lead in this one.
We know that when Argentina won the World Cup in Qatar in 2022, they had Setsan Acuna. This is a younger version now.
Referee just talking to them. Handball.
Yeah, telling Nigeria to be careful now with their wall.
And this is surprising to me, Chuma. I've never seen this before. Free kick about to be taken. There's no Argentinian players around any of the Nigerian players, so they've left it for their players who are standing over this one
because of how close it is. The Nigerian wall is having to be set. And
I said it.
Well, they have found the back of the net. They have scored a second time, Argentina.
I knew it was going to
be. It is some brilliant finish from Carrizo. That one went beyond the wall, beyond goalkeeper Hackett. Argentina 2, Nigeria 0.
That was a brilliant free kick there from Argentina, just to put that into the back of the net. It was a left-footed strike. I thought the right footer would have gone for that ball, but that was too good. Ended up in the back of the net. The goalkeeper had no chance of Benita Hackett in goal for Nigeria. Looking at that again on replay, and that's where the goalkeeper was standing. Look at that. Oh, come on. I think Ebenezer Hackett maybe should be doing better there. He had a step forward, and then he was struggling to get across there to get to the end of that ball. But good free kick from Argentina. They lead by 2-0. And you may just be feeling, Chuma, that this game will be a long game for the Nigerian side.
Really looks like that kind of fixture where goals could come in at plenty for the Argentines, because they seem to be riding on the crest of a wave at this moment. And 2 goals after less than 25 minutes is enough to ring the alarm bells for coach Aliou Zubero, who is seeing his side go 2 goals down, halfway stage of the first 45. This is going to be a rout for the Argentines. Only time will tell. Can Nigeria fight back, as we've seen them do a few times in the past at this level of football? We will find out shortly. Carrizo with that goal in the 23rd minute, a clinically taken free kick. Alex mentioned though that our goalkeeper Hackett could have done better. South Africa also still playing, trailing 0-1 against Colombia.
Well, it's not been a good day so far for the Africans, if you ask me. 24 minutes of game played out there in Santiago. It's Colombia leading, Argentina also leading, and South Africa and Nigeria could be returning back to Africa after these games. But like you said, anything can still happen. We've seen comebacks happen in football before. Some teams even go down 3-0 and still rally their way back. Nothing is impossible when it comes to the round leader game, but first 25 minutes already, the Argentinians are way ahead, way above the Nigerian team, and they have to close that gap early on if they want to get anything away from this game.
Argentina would be watching Nigeria now try to fight back as the Flying Eagles come forward from the right-hand channel. Maigana in this territory getting support from Ocheche. Ochochi with some overlapping runs. That right full back for the Flying Eagles. He's in the half of Argentina from the right-hand channel. Opening up for him is Maigana now, but he opts to lay the ball square through. Nigeria with space. Maybe for a shot and goal. Well, Argentina have defended astutely. Ball on to Perani and Palacio.
This doesn't look good.
Yeah, the Argentines coming forward. It's 2 against 4. Through ball wide, drifting towards the left channel. And Nigeria have recovered in time to try and defend. Surely the presence of Ochochi. The momentum around the run for Argentina has died down a bit, but they still do have the ball. Not exactly, because there's a free kick for Nigeria from the right-hand channel. The man, Captain Bamiyu, will be taking this one. It was Sako, the man with 4 goals in this World Cup, who drifted from the center to that left to see if he could cause a bit of damage to the right fullback for Nigeria. But the Flying Eagles have defended well enough. So they will take the free kick from that territory. Back to Captain Daniel Bamiyi. His clearance not the best in the world. And goalkeeper Hakot will come out too clear now. Even more shaky display from Nigeria in defense.
Shaky defending there from the Nigerian side. And I think Ebenezer Hakot maybe should have left out for Bamiyi. And now you can see the Argentinians having a word. But he didn't like that challenge. The man wearing number 10 for Argentina still talking to one of the Nigerian players.
Montoro.
So yeah, Montoro didn't like that challenge. Coming from, I think that Maingana in that occasion, they're just shoving Montoro on the back. But play continues. Nigeria have it deep inside their own half now. And it's just, I don't know where they will draw inspiration from, but you have to forgive me for sounding a bit in support of the Flying Eagles. I mean, for obvious reasons, but they've not been, you know, the same side. I think they played better when they played their final group game. Even though it ended in a draw, they were unlucky against Colombia.
Yeah, they hit
the bar 3 times. Yeah. 3 times in that game, which I think if those balls ended up in the back of the net, would have been a flawless 4-1 victory for the Nigerian side. But it's been that story. Montoro not having it easy on that left-hand side for Argentina. I think the Nigerian team have studied that he is one of the best players for the Argentinian team, alongside Acuna. But yeah.
4 attempts on goal for Argentina, 2 on target, and they've scored twice. Nigeria with no attempts on target, but just 1 try in this fixture. Again, defining how dominant Argentina have been in the opening 25 minutes of the game. Free kick for Nigeria. A player for the Flying Eagles is down. The referee would have to speak a bit to the South Americans to calm down. The guilty party there, that man Zubiabri, something like that, and just number 11 for the Argentines.
Well, he's complaining there. Look at that. He didn't get the ball the first time. He tried to. No, that was needless. You can see the frustration.
So why did the Nigerian player falling in later?
It's footballers for you, but the referee had to talk to the player, but they have to keep their nerves and keep their calm, because I think the Argentinians can exploit Nigeria's frustration if they play into the hands of the Argentinians by wanting to maybe fight every minute they get to the ball and bring them down. They have to focus more on the game.
Lovely through ball, this one for Nigeria, and well, he came out in time to stop that one, Babi. Now there's some enterprising play for the Flying Eagles. It was Ayuma who got a through ball. Went in there 1v1 with goalkeeper Babi, who stepped up to eventually stop that one. In fact, it was Ariahi. I'm not sure I have the right name in front of me. And just some flash of brilliance, that one for Flying Eagles.
That pass was a brilliant pass. But I thought he would have gone with his right foot, other than waiting to get it balanced and play with his left foot. With his right foot, he would have touched the ball, over the goalkeeper, and that would have been 2-1 easily. Now Argentina have another free kick, this time on the right-hand side. I don't know about these free kicks, but he's down on the ground. And Salihu with a wonderful, wonderful ball. That ball was threaded nicely. It's the reason why they considered that free kick that got them the second goal. He's considered yet another one. And again, if I look back at this free kick, it's a good free kick, good technique, good power on the shot. But I think Ebenezer Hakot, 9 out of 10 times, should be getting his hand on that ball.
Ebenezer Hakot. Nigerians will ask, is he from Port Harcourt? But exactly the reality for him. The former Sporting Lagos goalkeeper. Free kick for Argentina. They'll take this one as a long ball, headed out by the Flying Eagles, who will be keen to concede that corner kick. Not exactly what Ochoche wanted, but he had to push somehow to clear the lines. So have to, it's a corner kick from the left-hand channel for the young Albert Celeste. Argentina will have this one. Seem to be quite a brilliant bunch with set pieces. Their wins have been 3-1 against Cuba, 4-1 and 1-0 against Italy. So they know how to score goals aplenty. They have already netted twice against Nigeria here after 31 minutes of play. Warming up for the corner kick. It will be coming through from this left-hand channel. Set to be taken by their main man, Montoro, on jersey number 10. Rebuffed by the Flying Eagles. Ball still in the air, headed out by Nigeria, who can now try to hit on the fast break. Lovely clearance by Goricito. Yeah, he's on jersey number 4 for Argentina, their right back.
Strong display. Goricito just going for that ball. It was a clean tackle there to take the ball out of the man Achihi's feet, who was looking to post on that left-hand side. But you can see that the Nigerian side have now just calmed a bit. They're playing better now, passing the ball better, looking for spaces in and around the Argentinian defense.
They've tried to show that something is possible.
Yeah, it's possible. That's why I said the Argentinians are not invincible. And we're seeing the first yellow card of the game. Just starting hand to face, player down on the ground, and the referee had to brandish the Nigerian the yellow card.
So
I don't think he's having a great game.
Yes, Salihu, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's having a great game. I was tackle number 1, then he went in to bring down another player. He was the reason why they considered that free kick for the second goal. I don't know, maybe early second half substitutions. It doesn't even look so happy. He's just on the frown. He looks like a guy who's going to go into another tackle and be sent off. So I think that the conversation of taking him off should be done quickly and early on. Not really done so much in that midfield.
So we have some pause in play. Reason Alex can take his time to speak about Salihu and his struggles in trying to defend for Nigeria in this one.
It almost wants to remind me of Ngenge, who had a horrible game for the Nigerian side in the CHAN tournament. And 33 minutes on the clock. Hopefully, maybe a goal in the first half, make it 2-1, fight for something in the second 45. Never know. It's not impossible, but you have to also watch it at the back. We've seen some error, at the back, shaky defending, and even the goalkeeper coming out to clear sometimes looks really worrying, on the eye test. So they should be doing better in all areas. It almost feels like the Argentinians are going to ground easily now, getting those free kicks around the area and also slowing the pace of the game. They know that if Nigeria maybe up their gear, they may just be scoring the first goal of the game, which will take this game to 2-1.
Yes, goalkeeper Babi launches a clearance for Argentina now, going towards that right side. Nigeria seems to have upped the ante in the last few minutes since they went 2 goals down. Seems to be a bit more urgency in their play in the last few minutes, but Argentina have another player down again, something that Alex had spoken about. Could be their quest to just calm Nigeria's momentum, knowing that they have a 2-0 lead after 35 minutes.
But I have to say though, the Flying Eagles have been maybe a bit rash with their closing down. They're always second to the ball, so they get the man, and that's a difficult side to watch if you're a coach looking at your team. You want them to win those 50-50 challenges and be the first to those kind of balls, but it's not been the case so far. It's been more of the Nigerian side getting late to the ball and also bringing down the Argentinians. They know they have the 2-goal lead. They know they have to play those tricks that would make the Nigerian side a bit more on the edge and frustrated going forward. So they'll take their time to buy minutes and go to ground and play the antics, the South American way of sometimes frustrating you. We've seen that in the past. It even happened in the Under-20 World Cup final in 2005. So it won't be surprising if we see that here. But I mean, they're in the lead, so they know they're in the driving seat. And for the Nigerian side, they have to find a way to fight and find their way back into this game.
Well, now Salihu is just staring and wondering what exactly he ate before he came for this game as to why things are not playing out too well. Argentina may be making a substitution if the persistent challenge or persistent issue.
Maybe Salihu drank too much lemonade, Colombian lemonade, for this game.
Well, Nigeria have the ball in Santiago again. It's quite a scanty stadium, over 40,000 seats, but just a handful of fans who have come through to watch this round of 16 fixture involving Argentina and Nigeria. The Argentines leading by 2-0. We would have a throw-in for Argentina right now from the right-hand channel. That man, Gorosito, would love to take this one into the half of the Flying Eagles. Argentina. Meet a bit of a stumbling block, and now Nigeria will come forward. Lovely stuff, really. Achini is in the mix there from that left-hand channel. Two defenders around him. There's a push. The referee says play on. Nigeria asking for a free kick. The referee doesn't think about that one. An attempt on goal for the Flying Eagles. It's way up. The try. It's a shot on goal, but he's off target.
Well, that was really good for Nigeria on the left-hand side, and Soler having a word with the referee. They were just looking back at that again. I don't know, maybe he should have just guided the ball, with the body more than just, running without putting so much on the ball.
From this angle, it looks like the touch was soft.
Yeah, it was a soft touch. If he did well guiding the ball, I think he would have stood his ground and still carried on with the ball. The referee had the conversation with the Argentinian captain. I think we saw way too many Nigerian players fall on the ground just in and around that 18-yard area. You thought maybe he would have given a free kick, but that didn't happen, and the shot that came off afterwards was way off target. But good signs for the Nigerian side. 38 minutes gone.
Montoro has been taken off. Yeah, he had this concern, and Tiani has come in for him. So a forced substitution for Argentina, not what the coach would have planned at the beginning, but the referee is going to check the VAR screen. There could be. There's a review request by Argentina. So these days, the new setup now, this is where FIFA are trying this out, is you can request for the referee to check the VAR screen if you have a concern about an issue.
Yeah, because looking back at that again, and they have to play it back at the edge of the area, that maybe just happened.
Potential penalty for Nigeria, that's VAR check.
Potential penalty for Nigeria, but I don't think that happened in the box, if I'm being honest. Looking at it from this angle, that looks like it happened on the edge of the area. And it actually happened in the box if you look at it.
This angle looks more real
than the other angle.
Yeah, there's an angle that looks like it was just a soft touch, and I'm happy that the referee is seeing a different angle, because he needs to see things. It was Nigeria's
that's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Alright, the first foul was just a push. The second one was the real foul, and it's on the same Salihu that we're talking about.
Yes, Salihu wins. I think the foot is in the box, and goes to ground. I think this will be given. I have a feeling that this will be given as a penalty. The referee wants to see that again, this time on the reverse angle, which will be a better and clearer view. I think they've made that decision. There's nowhere. The first one even doesn't look like a penalty to me, but the second one, he had a stamp on the ball, and this is new, having another referee on the monitor, maybe just explaining the last details. Looking at that again, yes, he was touched.
But the referee has watched the VAR screen now. He's going to the pitch again. He will have to make a decision as to what exactly he has thought about. Having seen the replay time and time again, wasn't about the first foul. It was the second one. Wasn't the first push. Was the second one. He's giving us that television sign, as always. The referee now, and he will have to decide shortly. He speaks to the Argentines. This man will have to say no penalty for Nigeria. So Salihu will not get that penalty. No penalty. We're watching this again now. The first was the push. The second is where we thought there was a foul.
Chuma, let's be real.
The referee is not convinced though. So no penalty for Nigeria. Still Argentina 2 Nigeria nil.
Well, I don't have a referee license, so I can't tackle that decision. The referee has given it no penalty. They move on with the football. But good signs for Nigeria. I think they've upped the ante. They've done really well, and they should keep it up. What they're doing already. I think that shows how much that they can trouble this Argentine side if they play well.
Yeah,
they've shown that already.
Well, they seem to be showing that Nigeria right now. 41 minutes played, and that could have been a route for a comeback. Cut the deficit before halftime, and you believe you can turn things around. But longer this remains at 2-0, the more Argentina would trust their abilities to eventually wrap things up. As goalkeeper Babi will restart play. That's the Argentine goalkeeper. Long ball into the half of the Flying Eagles. Daniel Daga. Watch his captain Daniel Bami get that one. He's back to Nigeria's goalkeeper Hakot. The Flying Eagles playing from left to right. Argentina playing from right to left. Long ball by goalkeeper Hakot. Argentina will rebuff. Team on the white top with the blue stripes on the white shirt. Nigeria with the all green outfits. We love to call that one Ugo green in these parts. They will come again. The Flying Eagles seem to be walking so hard from that left-hand channel where you do have a Chini. The ball could be squared through from that channel. A deflection out for a corner kick for Nigeria. Final touch coming off the boots of Delgado for Argentina. Lovely play this one is for Aman Achini. Corner kick for Nigeria. Achihi with that touch. He'll be taking the corner kick as an in-swing out with his right foot from the left-hand side of attack. Will be an in-swing as he warms up and gets ready for his teammates to get into the right positions before he launches this corner kick. 42 minutes played. Can there be a chance for Nigeria to have the deficit? Daniel Daga amongst the players in that Argentine penalty area. Cross comes in, Argentina will head out clearly. Nigeria will still have a chance with captain Daniel Bami in the mix. Possession for the Flying Eagles now from the right-hand channel. Here they will come. Is there space for a cross? Not yet though. Flying Eagles are forced backwards. Still caressing this ball now with Ochoche from the right-hand side. Will they get a free kick? The referee says play on. That's why having a Nigerian player fall to the top. Now it's an Argentine who goes towards that corner spot and falls, guiding the ball as much as he can. Had 2 Nigerian players around him.
Well, that was brilliant for the referee to let that play on, because I think that some referees would have just...
Well, Nigeria could punish Argentina here!
Offside.
Doesn't get that close too often. My Ghana with the attempt, but he's off target.
Yeah, you should be putting that in the back of the net. I know it's offside, but then again, it was a good chance. That may have been checked, but just looking at that, he was leaning offside. I mean, Chuma, if that was a chance, if it was onside, he would have missed that glorious opportunity for the Nigerian side. But flag raised up. My Ghana doing really well to run into space there. He was trying to hold up before his run, but he didn't do that quite well. But I mean, the last 5 minutes have all been Nigeria. They've been playing well. They've been, you know, using the wings and also playing good football so far. So it's just unfortunate that they conceded 2 goals in the early minutes of this game, but they've been doing better so far in this first 45.
Well, the Flying Eagles have improved their game, to be honest. They were really shaky in the first 20-25 minutes. Little one that is considered twice, but they're coming forward again, asking a few questions of this Argentina defense. They would love to launch an attacking move from that left-hand channel, but possession taken off them. Seeing so much about Chihi now supporting Ariahi from that left side. They'll come again, the Flying Eagles. I've said that a few times already. Cross from that territory.
Corner.
Another corner kick for Nigeria. Final touch coming off the boots of Palacio for Argentina. So Nigeria have one more review left. You have 2 reviews in a game. You have the opportunity to request that the referee checks the VAR screen. You can do that twice. Nigeria has used 1 already. Argentina still will have 2. We have 1 more left. So Salisu will be taking this corner kick for Nigeria now from the left side with his right foot. Argentina scrambling to clear their lines. We're seeing more of the Flying Eagles in the final minutes of the first 45. We're into added time now. There'll be 3 minutes added. It's the first of the three. Ochoche, cross by Ochoche from the right for Nigeria, connecting header, another one off target, and I thought he should have hit target there because he was open. Daniel Daga, that should be. Lovely cross by Ochoche. Daniel Daga was free and just couldn't hit target with his header.
Yeah. There's another header this time. It was maybe didn't generate enough direction to plant the ball in the bottom corner. This feels good. If you're Ali Zabairo watching, you'll be happy with the team, with their performance so far in the last 10 minutes of this first 45. They've, so to speak, changed the direction of this game. They're playing better now as it stands. The likelihood of Nigeria scoring a goal before Argentina has risen by percentage. They look like they'll get the next goal in this game, which will be good for them because that already would set the precedence for a comeback, if you may. But for now, hand on the face and down on the ground. Free kick to Argentina. And it's moments like this that Argentina would be loving in this game. They would take their time to get up. They would slow the game down, try to kill the momentum for Nigeria.
So Argentina had the first 10 minutes of this match. Nigeria seemed to be having the final 10 minutes of the first 45.
Yeah, differences they scored too, and we haven't scored yet.
Because the Flying Eagles have had a few chances in these closing exchanges in the first half, but have been missing those opportunities from the shot off target to the header off target to. Well, now they could want to clear the lines from the right-hand side of defending. Spread the ball wide to where Liu is. Okoro in the mix too. Nigeria come forward now again. Achihe from that left-hand side, which has been the most lethal part of attacking moves for the 7-time African champions. Ball squared through from the left again. Another corner kick. A third in the last 10 minutes or so. This time around, the man with the final touch is Pierani, one of the two centre backs for Argentina. Now Nigeria will take this one shot. The corner kick across straight into the arms of goalkeeper Babi, who messed it up the first time but caught it at the second try. Says sorry to his teammates. So another corner kick again. Babi couldn't save that right. Yeah, Babi just fumbled that one. The fourth corner kick in just about 10 minutes for Nigeria. Again from that left-hand channel. Would be an in-swinger. The cross. The referee goes to Ayuma, speaks to him, speaks to Daga too, speaking to Grosito for Argentina, trying to ensure that there are no infringements since this corner kick will be taken shortly. Acuna marking the Nigerian man. Ball launched in now, goes wide to the far post. This is Nigeria's chance!
Oh, wow.
And somehow goalkeeper Bobby made the save!
That was a glorious opportunity. It was, I think, Bame, the captain, who had that, or was Daga, who had that opportunity. Look at that, he pushed there from Ramirez. That was a glorious chance for the Nigerian side. Easily could have been 2-1, taking that to the half-time whistle. It would have been good. I mean, imagine taking this game 2-1 into the break, knowing that they've been the better side in the final 10 minutes of this one. They may just be coming out in the second 45. The better side, and look at that.
Bobby messes up again, the goalkeeper of Argentina. What felt like an empty goalpost for Nigeria to try and score. They have messed it up. Bobby is really shaky, the Argentine goalkeeper, but he'll be the happiest of men on the pitch now because the final whistle for the first half has come through. And it will be Argentina who have found a way to.
That was a great save from the goalkeeper. That was a wonderful save from the goalkeeper. I don't think he knew anything about it, but the trailing arm just, hit the ball out. Barbie, good save from him. But if Argentina play like this in the second half, I think Nigeria have everything in them to equalize and come back in this game. They've shown real quality. They've shown purpose and looking for that, searching for that one goal to, set them apart and also bring them back into this game. They've, tried with good shots on target. I think they've done so well so far. And hopefully they continue like this in the second 45. For the Argentinians, that was a poor showing in the last 10 minutes of this first half. And if it's anything to go by, sometimes the teams that go in the halftime break on the ascendancy really comes out big in the second 45 and early on. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a goal for the Flying Eagles early on in the second 45. This has been a wonderful last 10 minutes performance from the Flying Eagles in this first 45.
Well, Colombia still leading South Africa by 1-0 in the other fixture, and heading into the halftime break, Argentina with 2 goals in the first 25 minutes have the 2-0 advantage against Nigeria's Flying Eagles. And Sako opened scoring for his fourth goal of the tournament. And we also did see Carrizio scoring in the 23rd minute, a fantastic free kick of his to double the lead. The stats, 41% of the possession for Argentina, 49% for Nigeria. They did share a few together between themselves. 2 attempts on target for the Argentines, 3 on target for Nigeria. That just shows how much of a high the Flying Eagles ended the first half. Passes completed, even Stevens. Argentina 134 passes completed, Nigeria 134 passes as well. And well, the halftime break has come. It's Argentina who go in with the advantage, leading Nigeria by 2-0. We're nice to have you call in to have your say. We are VIVxSports, and this is our inaugural broadcast as we bring to you action from the FIFA on the Under-20 World Cup. Round of 16 fixture involving Nigeria and Argentina, and another one that sees Colombia leading South Africa by 1-0. It's Chuma Nnoli here and Alex Agbasiere, and we're happy to have you join this. Please feel free to have your say and drop your comments and let us know if you think Nigeria can fight back based on what you've seen from them just before the halftime break. And you can also call us. Yeah, you'll be seeing the number on your screen shortly as we see some beautiful ladies from Argentina who have come to watch the game, who are smiling profusely. You wouldn't blame them. Their country is leading now by 2-0. Sako and Carrizio, the goal scorers in the second and 23rd minute of that game. It felt like halftime should not have come for Nigeria.
Maybe more minutes to play. It would have been good to see more minutes, but I think they left it late. If they had started the game this way, who knows? Maybe we wouldn't be seeing 2-0 down at halftime, but it's these things that happen in football. Sometimes you would have to, be on the back foot to to maybe propel and be on the front foot. That has happened for the Nigerian side. They consider 2 goals and they then remember that they know how to play football, and then they've come to the party with the last 10 minutes of the game. It was a great showing from Aliou Zabairu's men. They missed a couple of chances. They also played really well, and hopefully, is that Kendrick Lamar? I don't think that's Kendrick Lamar. But
what will he be doing in Chile?
I don't know because I thought it was Kendrick Lamar. But anyways, great showing from the Nigerian side. For the last 10 minutes of the first half, and like I said, if they continue in this light in the second half, they may just be scoring an early goal in the second 45, and that could set up a comeback or an interesting game for the remainder of the second 45.
Could just be the reality for Nigeria. You can call this number to speak to us. 0813 619. Yeah, we're seeing the mascot. Yeah, and some ladies and men. Yeah, it feels like the halftime show, doesn't it? Anything just to give the fans who are there something to look forward to before the second half commences. Yes, so the number you can dial is 0813 619 7658 to speak to us. 0813 619 7658. I'll take that one more time. 0813 619 7658. VIVxSports, very first broadcast, and I'm really excited to know that there's history in the making for us here, as we can assure you of one thing for certain: coverage of the very best of African sports now. And it's beautiful to know that our first coverage is a World Cup fixture. Still to come, there'll be the qualifying series for the FIFA Men's World Cup. USA, Mexico, and Canada will be co-hosting that one next year. Nigeria Super Eagles have a game against Lesotho on Friday, and then another one on Tuesday against Benin Republic. There are other nations too, South Africa, with games. Ghana played earlier today and won by 5-0. We will be bringing you up to speed. It's an African thing for us, so we're going to promote as much as we can African football, because right here we're celebrating African sporting excellence. That's our driving force at VIVxSports. And we would love you to join us on this ride. Please click on the subscribe button if you stumble on this coverage. I know that because it's the first time you could be finding us, you may be wondering, who are these guys? Why should I be thinking of following them? Well, that's because it's a process for us. It's not just a one-off experience, this one. It's a consistent process to bring the very best of African football, African sports to your doorstep. Have lovely interactions too, you know, give you a voice to have your say to so many people who would be joining us in the near future. So be amongst the first so that you'll be bragging when the numbers are all around the place that I was one of the first set of people who trusted what these guys have to offer, who believed in these guys, and I'm happy to see that they become really big. I was one of those, and we'll also honor you as one of the founding members in quotes to those who followed what we did. I'm taking notes now of those who are subscribing early so that in the weeks and months to come, I can take my time to eulogize you when the numbers are even more, as to having faith in what we're doing right here. Thank you for joining us. Surely it's nice to have you join us. So you can dial that number to have your say. Is there a chance for Nigeria to fight back in the second half? Or are you giving up already, looking at the fact that you think Argentina are so good that they will be getting all 3 points? Let's go in for a very short break so we can drink a bit of water and not have cause to start out. When we return, it'll be the build up to the second half, what Nigeria can do better in her quest to get the leveler, and what South Africa can also do better too. Theirs is narrow. They trail 1-0 against Colombia. It's easier for them to come back than for Nigeria to come back. What can these African teams do better so that our continent can have representation in the quarterfinals of this FIFA Under-20 World Cup? We'll be back shortly.
The Waffle Zone B Under-20 tournament. Game hosted at the Stade de Kegwe in Lomé, Togo. Please make sure to like this video, share, comment, subscribe.
Nigériane. Et c'est parti avec ce centre qui a cherché son attaquant dans la surface de réparation, repoussé par...
Attention avec cette passe de l'autre côté, le centre. Et la défense.
Ce centre parfait de Maigari, le latéral droit du Nigeria, qui a essayé de trouver son partenaire dans la surface. Attention avec cette occasion nigériane, mal négociée cette fois-ci par l'attaquant nigérien. C'est pas fini. Avec cette fois-ci Borobo. Le centre avec la tête.
Ah oui, c'était tête de Dacosta qui, dans la surface de réparation, rapidement tiré, c'est renvoyé par la... Attention. Attention avec ce centre. Il réceptionne très bien le cœur. Le Nigeria qui n'a pas réussi à marquer ce but.
Ah oui, le Nigeria qui n'a pas réussi à marquer ce but de réparation, mais il a tergiversé parce qu'il a beaucoup tardé. Sinon, il avait...
Bon, le 1-2, c'est bien joué dans la surface de réparation. Le petit geste peut aussi un peu de l'éliminer. Attention avec ce centre. De formation en commençant par le Ghana qui a fait il y a 4 matchs avec 2 victoires, 2 nuls. Du côté du Nigeria avec ce ballon, on retrouve sur le côté avec Clinton Jefta qui va servir son partenaire avec Obina, le centre. Ouh là là, Nkuruma, balle au pied. Attention, le passement des jambes à l'appui, il est rentré. Finalement, le ballon est un petit peu sorti. Est-ce qu'il va faire un centre peut-être? Il cherche une solution.
Qui relance ses partenaires avec Hafou Adou. Attention, le centre entré devant le cuir. C'est parti, il a essayé plutôt de retrouver son partenaire du centre cette fois-ci avec la tête de la défense ghanéenne. La frappe
la reprise de Mohamed Ibrahim qui n'était pas... Attention, il est en tout cas, heureusement qu'il s'est ressaisi pour mettre...
à amuser avec le feu. Déjà Moussiba Ouaziz, on le connaît, c'est un attaquant
nigérian. Le ballon qui est soulevé, la tête défensive. Arrivé pour Desmond Tété. La frappe pour la tête de Desmond Tété. Obina, waouh, le joli geste. Voyez par la tête. Allez où? Et rapidement tiré. Ah oui, c'est très bien fait. La tête.
Avec Magari. Megari qui s'appuie. Attention, Megari en profondeur encore. Le centre de Megari. Pour qui? Attention. La frappe. Attention. Et voilà. L'ouverture du score. L'ouverture du score pour le Nigeria.
Barobo Arrieri.
Vient donc taire tous les assauts offensifs de cette formation ghanéenne. Et c'est Barobo qui vient donc d'ouvrir.
Ça sera donc une sortie de but. Pour,
ils ont laissé la brèche pour Nigérian. Et voilà, il a profité.
Il a avancé du petit peu. Nkuruma. Oh là là. Nkuruma. Heureusement, il a toujours le ballon. Nkuruma. Et la rentrée touche. La tête. Attention. Avec la reprise instantanée. Heureusement.
Avec cette passe en profondeur pour Nkuruma. Avec sa vivacité. Voilà. Quelle phase de jeu. Quel capitaine ghanéen. Asamoah qui dégage comme il peut. Et c'est pas fini. Le buteur qui profite. La frappe.
Un second but. Le doublé. Le doublé ici. Sur ce terrain.
On peut le souligner. Ce but extraordinaire de Barobo Arrieri.
Quelle précision de frappe. Fantastique. Extraordinaire. Je poursuis toujours avec Nkuruma maintenant. Le Ghana qui va devoir repartir avec ce centre. Et le rebond. La défense qui vient. Ah oui, Mukaila. Déjà 1 minute de temps additionnel dans cette rencontre. Alors que le ballon rouge de attention, le petit geste. Et l'enroulé. Et l'arrêt miraculeux. 1 minute de temps additionnel dans cette rencontre. Alors que le ballon rouge de attention, le petit geste. Et en tout cas, quel arrêt. C'est pas terminé avec Nkuruma. Nkuruma, il est rentré. Le ballon. Oh. Première partie, ou encore mieux la première partie explication entre le Ghana et le Nigeria. 2-0. Mukaila, c'est la pause.
Ah oui,
c'est bien fait pour servir maintenant un Ford Adou Boaeng. Qu'est-ce qu'il va faire avec le centre? Au second poteau, on a Nkuruma et la tête de la défense du Nigeria avec Nkuruma. La frappe pour l'intérieur de Nkuruma. Une frappe.
Marfo. Denis Marfo qui dégage avec la tête. Attention. La tête.
Le coup d'effet qui a retenti. Obina. Attention, Obina. Sans problème pour... Ah oui, je rappelle, balancé sur le côté droit. Edwin Akoufa Samoa le centre. Attention Nkuruma pour servir en son garde de l'autre côté. Il est là, il est rentré. Attention. Quel sauvetage. Obina qui vient encore une fois sauver sa formation. Obina, quel joueur de cette formation du Nigeria. Et le Ghana qui ne va pas réussir à concrétiser. Pour le Ghana, rapidement tiré au second poteau. Rapidement tiré. Attention, la tête de la défense du Ghana. Et justement, ça fera du bien. Attention avec ce ballon. Les rentrées sur une opération. Qu'est-ce qu'a fait la frappe? Nkuruma, c'est pas terminé. Nkuruma qui s'est rappelé de l'autre côté. Et c'est repoussé, ça revient encore une fois. Juste devant la frappe, le tête. Les dieux du Ghana ne vont pas répondre. Les dieux du Ghana qui...
Mais ça fait quand même du bien que cette équipe arrive quand même à se créer des occasions. En tout cas,
le d'énergie du côté du Ghana. Attention, il est rentré avec le centre et sans problème, sans problème. Attention, la tête de la défense.
Ah oui, Emmanuel Adebayor qui a notamment fêté son jubilé de fin de carrière. Lui là qui est passé par des grands clubs, Mansal, où il a fait en tout cas parler de son talent en terminant d'ailleurs en 2008, deuxième meilleur buteur de seul ballon d'or que le Togo a eu. Le seul ballon d'or africain bien sûr, Gilles Oro.
Justement avec...
Quand on sait que c'est une compétition qui a duré 2 semaines, d'autant plus que cette équipe même est menée au score par 2-0.
Justement, c'est ce que Desmond lance dans la verticalité, c'est bien fait. Ah oui, le 1-2 avec Richmond Tété, le centre. Et voilà, sur du score, sur un centre, très bien, la justesse sur du
À tout un Ghana et pour chercher cette attention, la frappe encore et voilà encore lui.
Ces gens de compétition, marquer 5 buts en 5 matchs, en tout cas ce n'est pas donné à n'importe qui. Il va falloir qu'on s'appelle Jerry Effrier pour pouvoir marquer 5 buts en 5 matchs.
Ah oui, il va falloir s'appeler Jerry Effrier pour marquer 5 buts en 5 matchs alors que le ballon...
L'arbitre estime qu'il n'y a rien sur cette action avec le portier ghanéen qui sort pour dégager le ballon. Le nouvel entrant.
Le tournoi qualificatif de la CAN des moins de 20 ans. Attention avec ce ballon qui est écarté de l'autre côté. Le côté gauche bien sûr, le passement des jambes avec la passe réussie, le centre. Et la tête, sans problème. Sans problème. Donc il va devoir reprendre. Et l'entrée de Raphaël Oyebanjo. Voilà, récupération des Ghanéens. Ah oui, c'est très bien fait. Attention de l'autre côté. Qu'est-ce qu'il va faire? Le centre à venir. Oh, il est arrivé tardivement. Moukaïla.
En tout cas, mais je pense que le joueur était court. Le joueur était...
C'est récupéré cette fois-ci par Lucia Boisiz. Et cette égalisation, attention avec ce joueur, qu'est-ce qu'il va servir de l'autre côté? Ouh là là, et la faute. Et la faute très bien vue quand même.
Et c'est le nouvel entrant qui va essayer ce coup franc. Il laisse, attention, la frappe contrée sur le mur nigérian. Et c'est parti avec cette contre-attaque nigériane. Le joueur qui ne lâche pas. Il donne son corps en position et voilà, il a obtenu la faute. Quelle expérience de ce jeune joueur.
Ah oui, quelle expérience de ce jeune joueur. Il a un carton. Alors que là, les supporters du Nigeria se sont déjà levés.
Éviter le danger. Peut-être un dernier centre pour les Ghanéens. Attention, il ne lâche pas. Et voilà, il n'y a rien. Il lâche tardivement cet attaquant.
Justement, il est entré tardivement. Et donc c'est terminé. C'est donc terminé. Le Nigeria qui est sacré en tout cas champion de la zone UFOAB. Des éliminatoires encore mieux. Des qualificatifs comptant pour la CAN de moins de 20 ans qui sera jouée en 2025. Et voilà, une victoire méritée.
Back and straight away to the stadium in Santiago, where Argentina headed into the break, leading Nigeria by 2-0, and the Flying Eagles are back in the second half, hoping to fight back at this stage. Daniel Daga falling on the ball, and holding onto his head.
Quite comical.
Chuma Alex still in the building. Nigeria now playing from right to left, and Captain Daniel Bamiyu take this free kick for the Flying Eagles. The second half is on the way straight away, and Argentina will struggle to try to clear the lines, and the ball is out for a throwing for the Flying Eagles. I'll share with you the players on the pitch again. We've seen just one change that we saw in the first half. That was the first one for the boss of Argentina, because of injury concerns. South Africa playing against Morocco in the other game, and throwing for Nigeria. This will be taken as quickly as possible by the man Okoro from the left hand side of attack for Nigeria. Long ball by Okoro into the penalty area of the young Albi Celeste towards the path of Captain Bami, who head the ball back to his goalkeeper Hakot.
Excitingly so, one of the best players of this team, and that's the reason why he has the captain's armband, and will do so much for them in defense. Also tries to attack when needed. Bami, just looking back at that again, I think he landed awkwardly. Just so Aliza Bayro trying to ginger the players, tell them to do more and create more chances. So Chihi and the boys, they know that Two goes down, but they're not completely or entirely down and out. Yuma, Rari, and Salihu, these guys would know that one goal back in this second 45 early on could set the stage for what could be a comeback story for Nigeria in the Under-20 FIFA World Cup. It's not been a glorious start to the tournament, so to speak, but they've done so well in their final 2 games of the group stage, beating Saudi Arabia and also getting a draw against Colombia. It was a very sufferable game to watch against Norway because the quality difference was just so clear on the day. But I think they've done enough, if you ask me. The only difference here is Argentina have 2 goals in the back of the net.
Well, South Africa have gotten the leveler against Colombia. That's what the fight back spirit is all about. The African champions at under-20 level have just scored. And at the right time, it's come through for them. A penalty scored by Vilakasi in the 51st minute has ensured there is now parity. Colombia 1, South Africa 1. On the other hand, Nigeria will be hoping to get inspiration from that one. Stay trail by 2 goals to nothing against Argentina after 51 minutes. The Argentines now will love to come forward, but Captain Daniel Bamiyi defends well enough and astutely for the 7-time African champions that Nigeria are. And an argument coming through from Ochoche, who's telling the referee, I did not push Carrizo. Argentina will have the play, passing the ball around. Pierani helping out with Gorosito. And they will lose it again back to the Flying Eagles. Leader of this pack, Daniel Daga in the midfield. Flying Eagles playing a 4-4-2 formation. Okoro now has it, going forward to find Achihi crosses with his left foot. He was one of the most lively players for Nigeria in the first half, Achihi, and just wants to continue from that desire of his to be the game changer for the Nigerian setup. A team that conceded or have conceded in each of their 4 games in this World Cup. They'll have a shot and goal that's blasted well by the goalpost of Babi. It's one that was an audacious attempt. It's not going to count for anything at any point in time from Maigana after a goal kick for Argentina.
Well, that was always traveling way off target. And like you said, it wouldn't trouble Barbie in goal for Argentina. You just have to hope for the best, hope for the better for the Nigerian side. If you are rooting for them, wherever.
Argentina catching Nigeria off guard. 1v1 this is. Goalkeeper Hakot is beaten!
It's good night.
Interesting!
It's good night.
Insane! The Argentines catching the Flying Eagles off guard, and his second goal of the night has come forth. Argentina have a bit of comfort right now. Carrizo with the finish. Just like they started the first half on a high, they have done that in the second. Argentina 3, Nigeria 0.
And well, that was horrible defending yet again for the Nigerian side. And I have no idea why he was looking to start that play quickly. Look at that, they won the foul, and he just, look at that, it's no idea what he was doing, slipping on the ball, and you expect the defender on the far side to maybe try and keep the number 7 shirted player offside, but he didn't do that. This is easy, 1v1, ball in the back of the net. And Chuma, we talked about Nigeria playing better before the end of the first half, and also maybe coming out to score. Well, Carrizo scored the second goal of this game, and you just get the feeling that this one is already done and dusted.
Sako with the first and the second minutes. Carrizo now with 2 in the 23rd and 53rd minutes. And you think it's good night Nigeria at this stage. It's going to be some phenomenal comeback if the Flying Eagles can do anything. Well, they have in the past. A famous Daman miracle. In 1989, Nigeria are trailing by 4 goals to nothing.
Yeah.
came back to make it 4-4 and win. Eventually to progress and marched on to the final of that FIFA Under-20 World Cup in 1989 in Saudi Arabia. Corner kick for the Flying Eagles, taken by Salihu. Connecting header, again, seems to be their biggest problem. They're not hitting targets with these chances of theirs, and this one is comfortably headed off target by Aliyu. If they are thinking of anything in this match, they need to score a goal to give themselves any chance.
Yeah, and look at that. That's not how you score. And you know, the corner came in from the left-hand side of the Nigerian attack. The header was poor, and another chance gone begging. But yeah, you said it. A goal would maybe change something for them. As it stands now, Argentina have, I think, 1 foot and 4 fingers, if you may, in the next round of the tournament. Nigeria just hanging on the thread now and hoping for things to change. It's not been an entire, flawless performance from the Argentinians. They've just been efficient. The moments when they've had opportunities to score, they've done that. The moments when they've been called upon to defend well, they've also defended. And could turn out to be an embarrassing match for Nigeria if the selects continue to score in this game. 3-0 looks embarrassing already. Judging from what we've seen from these two teams in the group stages.
Well, they would love to cut that deficit and could have a place for that. Koro was lurking around the place, hoping he could get the pass from the left-hand side. Calling for a corner kick will not be the case. Goal kick for Argentina. Goalkeeper Bab will be taking this. And the more this game goes, the more the South American team believe that this is it for them. On the other hand, South Africa still holding Colombia to a 1-1 draw. That one could slip into extra time if the scoreline remains that way. Nigeria finished 3rd best in the Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations. Beat Argentina 2-0 in 2023 in this stage. Now it's Argentina leading 3-0 in 2025 in this stage of the Under-20 World Cup.
Payback.
Yeah. With some, we'll have to call it Jara for Nigeria to understand that Argentina will pass the ball around again. Here they come. It's quite fluid in their play, and it's beautiful to see at times. The man Sako will bring in lovely play from Subibre, and the touch.
Well defended in corner.
Yeah, Choche doing that one for Nigeria. Corner kick for Argentina, this is. So I think that the Flying Eagles had as many as 4 to 5 corner kicks before the end of the first half, in the final 10 minutes or so of the first half, and never used that to their advantage. Let's see what Argentina can do with this one now. Can see Soler as one of their players around. Captain Daniel Bamiyi as well as Okoro, the players in defense, hoping to help the Flying Eagles take this out of danger. Taken shot by Argentina at the corner kick, this is. Cross now from that left channel. There's a header to it. Goalkeeper Hackett didn't catch it at the first time, but got it at the second time. Now he goes with the long clearance in the 58th minute, trying to catch the Argentine setup off guard. At least Nigeria will get a throwing from that, from the far side. That's the right hand side of defending. A reminder, the Flying Eagles are playing from right to left. They'll take it backwards to goalkeeper, to captain Daniel Bamiyi. Bamiyi would bring his centre back partner in Aliyu to the conversation. Back to Bamiyi again. Long ball by Bamiyi. Video game players would love to call that one up through, but it goes straight into the arms of goalkeeper Babi of Argentina.
That was a searching ball, but to no one in particular up front for the Nigerian side, and an easy catch for the goalkeeper, who sets his team. Yet another attack. This time Nigeria will defend their lines. You can see that there are many bodies going forward for Nigeria, with just few defending. Desperate times for them. They know that now it's just all about going forward and trying to keep the scoreline respectful, scoring goals, and maybe trying the impossible, to come back and maybe drag this game to extra time. I don't know about that happening.
They're trying to shot on goal. Yeah. Salah with the deflection, do Alfred corner kick for Nigeria. At least they're trying something. Honestly, they were taken off guard with that third goal conceded. Just a bit of again, profligacy from the defensive setup for Nigeria. Corner kick for the Flying Eagles now. Will be an in-swinger from that right-hand side of attack. Ball launched in. Headed out to the first time of asking by the Argentines. And Aliyu is in there to cover. Takes it back to his goalkeeper, Hakot for Nigeria. Now, options on the bench. It's just been only 2 changes in this fixture. In fact, make that just 1 change. I'm going to have to share this with you the right way. We've seen Prestiani. It's a player who was introduced onto the pitch. And Andrada, another one in the conversation too for the Argentines. Carrizo has scored twice here. Nigeria now changing players. Daga, Salihu and Ayuma being taken off. First set of substitutions done by coach Aliyu Zubairu. Mikele, Ibrahim and Kamaldeen are coming on for Nigeria. 3 changes. And we spoke about the man Salihu, got that yellow card in the first half, and I think the coach is also being careful too.
But he was calm in the second half. I don't think he went into any rash challenge. He didn't, commit himself too much, to create a difficult situation for himself. But 3 substitutions in the 68-minute mark, and we just be hoping for the Nigerian side that those substitutions would add flair and spice to the Nigerian team going forward. It's been a hard, second 45 to watch for the Nigerian side, and then ask yourself the question: this is certainly not the same side that played the last 10 minutes of the first 45. They look absolutely different from that first half.
Well, the referee gives an infringement against Nigeria. Free kick for Argentina, saying that Ariahi was not fair with his push on Palacio, one of the 2 centre-backs for the South American team. So I can confirm the changes now for you across board. Prestiani was a player who came in for Montoro in the 38th minute of the game. And we also saw Andrada take the place of Zubibre in the 46th minute. For Nigeria, 3 changes. I mentioned that to you earlier. The top goal scorer in this competition, the man on 4 goals, Sako Aleo, he's been taken off now. Plays for Bayer Leverkusen. The 19-year-old will be out alongside Carrizo. I think the coach is resting them for the quarterfinals. He knows what is to come. So his 2 goal scorers, 2 players who've scored the 3 goals for Argentina today are going out, and Silvetti and Rodriguez Pagano are coming on for the 6-time world champions.
Well, just to add, I think Pagano has a Dybala-esque look, and then you have to say that Sako certainly still reminds me of Lautaro Martinez. So it's really nice to see these young stars at this stage. Still very much young, some of them 18, some of them 19, and very much in the early stages of their playing career. Some would say Alejandro Garnacho could be here.
Right.
Mastatouano for Real Madrid could also be here. He's 18, but he plays for the La Celeste, the national team, and not the under 20. But it's to show you the quality of this side. Acuna has been wonderful for Argentina in that midfield. They've done so well, and now they're just looking to pass the ball around. And Colombia, maybe they made it 2-1. I don't know, just some updates there. South Africa trailing by 2-1 now.
Come on, Africa! Come on, Africa! Just when we thought South Africa were ready to fight back.
Just looks like the
Colombia are going to
it's not the Africans. It's not the idea.
Bro. Still time though, and you never want to say never in football. Nigeria would have Okoro falling, and the referee says it's a goal kick for Argentina in the 64th minute. Pirani just smiling mischievously there, and goalkeeper Babi will be taking this one. The longer the game goes at 3-0, the more Argentina are getting closer to getting into the quarterfinals. The place they couldn't get to in 2023 because of Nigeria. This will be getting their sweet revenge. Throwing for Nigeria. Captain Bamiyi came to take it, but will leave it for his teammate, Okoro. Now it's with goalkeeper Hakot. Opening up for Hakot by the right side is Okoro, but it was Bamiyi. He decided to go towards his left. Had Aliyu in the picture. Nigeria with some build-up play. Through ball in the air from the right-hand side, rebuffed by Argentina. Who now can come forward with the changes, helping to galvanize the performance on the day. Captain Bamiyi with a touch for Nigeria. Possession still with Argentina. All the way back to Gorosito, the right back.
The way they're playing, it's just good.
Argentina with a lovely through ball here. Hakot could be tested. There's enough time. There's space for a shot.
No way he.
How could Hakot not stop that? Silvetti gives Argentina the silver lining, and Nigeria have been decimated tonight. Argentina look 45, and they have scored 4. It's 4-0.
Wonderful goal from Silvetti there. Look at the smiles on the Argentinian fans in the stadium out there in Santiago. I thought he was going to go with his right foot. He had to bring that back to his left. The drop of the shoulder was good, and then he picked out his spot, bottom right corner. And Benita Hakot struggling to get to ground on time to save that. Again, I would say, I'm not blaming the goalkeeper, but that looks like a savable goal, if you ask me. But Silvetti did a wonderful job there. He buries the ball into the bottom right corner. And if it was close to good night, now it's Arrivederci. I don't think there's any way back now for Nigeria. 67 minutes on the clock. Argentina 4, Nigeria 0.
Well, there could have been Daman Miracle in 1989.
She's sporting the jersey. That's why she's happy.
Oh, so Betty's jersey. Maybe she's related to him.
Yeah, maybe. I would want to think so. Yeah,
maybe it's family, because they're hugging themselves. I think it's family.
Mom and sister.
That looks like father, sister, and mother.
Yeah. Brilliant for him. Young striker came on for the outgoing Sacco.
Yeah.
Got the first goal for Argentina in this game. It just feels like now everybody who comes on can just maybe pick their spot and get a goal.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing at this point, and it doesn't really look good. I can't remember the last time Argentina scored 4 goals against Nigeria. And go back to maybe.
You have to think deep to think your mind.
World Cup, I don't know. I can't remember.
Think deep. It's something that hardly happens. Actually,
hardly happens. But now they've done that. An effortlessly, so they've not even considered 1 goal.
It's the second time in this tournament Argentina are scoring 4 goals. They beat Australia 4-1.
And guess what? We have over 22 or 23 minutes of football left to be played. And like I said, if the Nigerian side don't reduce the deficit, it may just be an embarrassing day for them. And it's turning out to be 1 already. And I mean, Aliyu Zabaru getting set for yet another spring of substitutions. I don't know if these guys are going to stick with the ship.
I think he also knows too that this may just be the last time he will be coach of this team.
Play some of these boys, give them their run in. They've made their way to the tournament, they've made their way to the round of 16. Let them have some fun.
Lovely interchange of passes for Argentina.
Be unbelievable, to be unbearable at this point.
Chile.
2 goals in the first half, 2 goals in the second half. Argentina have been perfect.
But you know, 2 goals in the first 24 minutes of the first half, 2 goals in the first 24 minutes of the second half, bro.
That's efficient.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Flying Eagles not flying at all at this moment. Argentina spraying the passes around the place like butter on bread. Everybody wants to have a feel of the possession. Stay going with this possession. Flying Eagles are forced to chase the ball around. Now they have it with the hard-working man who we've seen a bit of to what he did in the first half, but he's been quite quiet in the second, Achihi. And the referee just stopped play. We'll see more changes now for Nigeria. Alex had given you a bit of a snippet. Achihi is out, Okoro is out. Coming in for Nigeria, Lato, and Agada. So 5 substitutions made by Nigeria. And you think that that's it at this stage. Captain Daniel Bamiyi gets it. Takes it towards that right hand side where there's been Ochochi. It's just been, you know, it's basically been a repeat of, they say Tonda doesn't strike twice in the same place. It strikes, it's struck twice, if there's anything that makes sense like that for Nigeria. Shaky starts in the first half and the second half. Yeah. But very well they did in the end of the first half, and I'm wondering what exactly is going to happen when we head towards the 90th minute.
I think
if they will now wake up by that time too.
If they, it would be. I don't think it will change anything, and it will be embarrassing if they do that again. You know, just waking up before the end of the second half, before the end of the game, having some concerning conversations on the bench. Some got to play, others didn't, but it's been the story of the Flying Eagles so far. I mean, we talked about preparations before this tournament started.
Yeah.
And looking at the team and looking at the games that they've played, this will be their second loss of this tournament. And they would be going back to Nigeria having only won once out of 4 games. And that's poor.
Very poor.
By the standards of an international competition as big as the Under-20 FIFA World Cup.
Age grade football has not been the best for Nigeria in recent years. The Golden Eaglets, the Under-17 team for the country, failed to reach the final of the WAFU B tournament, so they have failed to qualify for the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. In the process, they will miss out on the Under-17 World Cup. Now the Under-20 side looking like they'll be sent packing. At this stage, it looks more real than anything else. 72 minutes played. They have just about 18 more minutes of regulation time to fight back, and they will be exiting this tournament knowing how important age grade national teams have been over the years in churning out talent for the Super Eagles. This could be concerning. From Victor Osimhen to Kelechi Iheanacho to John Mikel Obi to Nwankwo Kanu, Wilson Oruma, Taye Taiwo. These are all players who became stars for the Super Eagles, having come through the ranks. Ahmed Musa for Nigeria, through either Under-17 or Under-20 for the country in the past.
Cannot see anyone here in this team that would represent the Super Eagles so far. What I've seen in 4 games of this FIFA Under-20 World Cup, and it's sad to say.
Very sad. Very sad.
We always clamour and talk about how no young player is among the setup for the Nigerian team. And when you look at the young ones who play for the national team, they're just not good enough, if you ask me. And a lot of things have to change, especially with our grassroots football, grassroots development, and also giving the young ones who can really play football, not just anybody opportunity, the ones who are very good with playing football, the opportunity to shine on the big stage. And forever be clamoring around and saying things like, go to this area, go to this place, go to that place, and watch these young lads play, and give them the platform, give them the opportunity to represent the national team.
Oh my.
It's just something that it's a continuous conversation, and sometimes it's tiring when you sit down and you talk about the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell you much so, Chuma, not me bragging, I have a younger brother who is a very good football player, a midfielder for that matter, and I've not seen anybody who is as quality in this team. And that's the problem sometimes, because there are people out there who can represent the Under-17, the Under-18, the Under-20, even as far as the Olympic team. But you just have no idea how some of these players would make it to this stage and represent the national team and do a bad job at it. The scouting system has to improve. The platform for young players who are very good and exciting has to also improve. And grassroots is something that I think Nigeria should be looking at, and that's the future of our football, because we cannot continue to rely on one player comes in, shines for 2-3 years, leaves, and then we'll recycle the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
It's a sad cycle, and Look at the Argentinians. Look at them. They have exciting players in their team. They have young players in their team who play football around top teams in Europe. And some of them even top teams in Argentinian football, their league. I mean, one of the players for this team, Ebenezer Hackett, is for Sporting Lagos, but we've seen Eric Sepushel try to integrate him to the national team.
As part of the Chan team.
As part of the Chan team, but Ebenezer Hackett hasn't really shown that he's ready for the big stage. He's only 20, but I've seen 20-year-old goalkeepers. I mean, in the Champions League, Karat Amati's goalkeeper, he's only 18 years of age. Even though they conceded 5 goals against Real Madrid, he played well in their first Champions League game. He's 18. He manned the post. He did really well. So we can have young players in our team. We can have young players in our national team setup. But when you look at the under-17, the under-18, the under-20, Chuma, you have no idea how disappointing it is sometimes when people clamor for young players in the team. You just cannot bring these guys to the national team because nothing will come out of it. We saw the Chan performance, the Chan Eagles performance at the Chan tournament, and I'm not the type who likes to dish out criticism to football players because I know it's not easy to play football because I play football too, but it's just worrying sometimes. It's disjointed, no communication. There's no unity in the way they play. They seem to not even understand what they're doing on and off the ball. Things have to change, Chuma. Things have to change.
It really has to change. It's the Flying Eagles searching for at least consolation. Daniel Bami. They have the ball from the right-hand side of defending. Nice. Here they will come forward now, the Flying Eagles, a team that have seen 5 changes made by coach Aliou Zubeiru.
Oh, nice.
Running past 4 or 5 players and then squares the ball through. I need to take note of the man who did all of that magic.
Well, that was beautiful. Oh, come on.
Looks to me like I'll see a yellow card to Nigeria's what? Ekele? Yeah, for a tackle on an Argentine player.
If you look at that again on replay, that could be worse. We could have another decision. The Argentinians may just be clamoring for the referee to check that. And the video assistant referee. Look at that, yeah. They wanted to be checked.
So a potential red card, right?
Yeah. Look at that again on replay. The pass forward. No idea why he has gone to do that. I have no idea why he has gone to do that. And the review will come. You just have a feeling that we'll maybe see the red card in this game, Chuma. 7 to 8 minutes on the clock.
It was a rush of blood, really, that one to his head. And I was trying to take my time to identify the guilty party. Ekele.
I have no idea why he's done that.
So potential red card. He didn't get the ball at all. Ekele was and the referee's looking at it.
It's a danger. That's it. Look at the left leg
from the back of the player. It's a potential red card.
It's a brutal way to go into a tackle.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. The referee has to check one more time, and you can see Aliou Zubeiru watching on. Comes out, he would have to explain first before giving the final decision, which will be the verdict, if we'll get a red card or not.
So he gives that sign, as always, the television sign, and he would make up his mind. We had seen this VAR check from the Nigerian POV in the first half, and the referee opted not to give a penalty to the Flying Eagles. Now Argentina asking for a red card to Ekele, and the referee says no red card.
Yeah.
So the same way he said no penalty for Nigeria.
Yeah.
No red card for
I think you should apologize.
And
I think you should go across to apologize for sportsmanship reasons and just to save face and not be a sore loser. That's not the kind of tackle you should be going into. Look at that. That was absolutely needless. And the player on the receiving end of that ball wasn't going anywhere. And the referee had a word with him, quickly, get on with the football, so no red card. 79 minutes on the clock. Argentina are walking their way to the quarterfinals of the Under-20 FIFA World Cup.
It's looking very easy for them, man. Oh, this feels like that line of trying to double things. Nigeria beat them 2-0 in 2023. They want to show Nigeria better than you by doubling that advantage and making it 4-0 here in 2025. Flying Eagles will clear the ball out. Argentina, who are playing from left to right, will take their time and bring in that lovely centre-back partnership that we've seen so much of. Maybe not that much of in the second half, but we saw in the final 10 minutes of the first half so much of Periani, Palacio. Now the goalkeeper Babi has it again, brings in Periani. This is back to Palacio. In fact, the goalkeeper Babi, who brings in Palacio. Babi again has it. Argentines are taking their time. It's pedestrian pace for them as they pass the ball around. 18 minutes played, still Argentina 4, Nigeria 0. VIVxSports, that's what we are. It's like we're exporting the very best of African sports to the rest of the world. And please, if you stumble on the channel, this is our opening night of broadcast. Please click on the subscribe button, and trust me, in the next few weeks and months, you'll be happy that you jumped on this. We're going to be covering for you World Cup qualifying fixtures, qualifying game for the Super Falcons as they try to book a ticket to the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, the next one, having just won the title a few months ago in Morocco. Also, the Africa Cup of Nations is coming through in December 2025. We'll be here for you too, as well as other sporting events, from athletics to basketball to boxing. As far as it's a big thing around Africa, we'll cover the action. So please click on that subscribe button, and you may just be thanking me later. Let's get back to South Africa's territory, shall we? As they still trail by 2-1 against Colombia. Looks like it's a night for South America so far. The two South American teams are leading the two African teams.
Yeah, they're taking the night. 2-1, Colombia leads South Africa. 4-0, Nigeria trailing to Argentina. And yeah, they're waving the South American flag. So the Africans are on the receiving end of tonight's encounter.
South Africa, African champions in this 2025 under 20 AFCON, and we saw a few months back. But it looks like they may be going home despite being African champions. Nigeria, 7-time African champions, the most successful team on the continent in under 20 football. They'll also be going home tonight. In fact, I think it's more like will be, except a miracle happens in the final 8 minutes of regulation time. Could start now. Stay come forward from the right-hand channel. Twisting and turning, crosses the ball through, no one to get the connection from the Nigerian POV. Argentina will clear out and then try to launch forward. Lovely play, going past 3 different Nigerian players all by himself. Is he going to outpace Captain Daniel Bamiyi? Takes a shot, saved by goalkeeper Hakot. I thought that if Cristiani wanted, he ran out of gas. If he still wanted to keep running, he may have had a chance for a 1v1 with goalkeeper Hakot of Nigeria.
Yeah, it looked similar to what happened with Nigeria on the far right hand side just moments ago, where a player was driving with the ball from that right hand side and then laid a pass, but couldn't trouble anybody. And you can see Cristiani just panting there. He beat one marker, did so well, was pushing the ball going forward, but I think Bamiyi would have closed him down, so he had to shoot the ball from distance. The goalkeeper will comfortably save that one as Ebenezer Hakot and go for Nigeria. I don't expect any added time. I think the mighty, this game will be called off for full time, but Argentina is still searching for what could be their 5th goal and maybe the icing on the cake for them. An embarrassing note for Nigeria, so to speak. It's just the passing, the confidence on the ball, and you can see the difference between the Nigerian side and
it's just
the Argentinian side. It's
right?
that gap in quality. You can sense it that, so to speak, the Nigerian side is they're almost inferior when they run around chasing the ball. And the Argentinians have shown real quality, very efficient and decisive too when they got those opportunities. Make sure that they bury their chances. They have to work on a lot of things before their next international tournament. That's the under-20 Flying Eagles.
I think this set can say bye-bye, except
they can say bye.
There are a few who like to be like Daniel Bami, who maybe still 17 now, who would love to be there in 2 years' time at the age of 19. But sadly, like you mentioned, it doesn't look like there's any player here that has shown enough to be a potential big name in the Super Eagles in the years to come. Things can change though.
Yeah, you can always change. I dare to say, you know, Kelechi Iheanacho, Victor Osimhen, John Obi Mikel, Taiwo, when these guys were playing for age grade Nigerian football.
Yeah, you could see it.
You could see that they had the potential of being something more. That I've not seen today from any of these players. I think Daniel Bami would easily be one of the players that would be in the conversation. And then when you look at the national team setup, we have towering defenders. Isn't what he lacks for height, he makes up for strength and speed. I don't think that's enough to be one of the centre backs for the national team. Well, they can smile and laugh on the bench. They've done the job. They've scored 4 goals. They can dance into the night in Santiago, knowing that they have a game next to play in this tournament.
Side Argentina leading Nigeria 4-0 after 86 minutes, heading into the final few minutes of this one in Santiago. And Captain Bami intercepts, gets play for Nigeria. Will come through from this left side now, opening up his through ball. Just defines the lackadaisical play of the Super Eagles. Agada, who came off the bench, struggling to infuse himself into the play tonight. Goal kick for Argentina. It's going to be taken by goalkeeper Babi. Had those some good saves and also a few shaky moments towards the end of the first half. He's been resting in the second half. He's not really been tested.
He's been chilling. He hasn't been tested. I don't think that the Nigerian side played half as good as they did in the last 10 minutes of the first 45 in the entirety of the second half. They've been on the back. Oh, look at that!
Well, they could have scored.
That was a good save from Ebenezer Harcourt.
Could have scored that
easily could have been fun. Well, he's angry about something.
And is this same guy Silvetti?
Yeah.
Who's got the fourth goal for Argentina?
This is too cheap. Look at that. The ball just floated over. No defender except Bami. And you can understand the frustration of the goalkeeper. There's nobody back defending. He's a tall lad. Had to reach for that one. Oh, come on, oh dear Lord. Goalkeeper who has considered 4 goals. A lot to be going through his head.
He's like, I don't already concede 4. Now I can't concede 5. What's happen now?
Help me, please, help me.
Corner kick for Argentina from the right hand side. Will they take this one shot? Would it be a long one? I think it's going to be a long one. And Altingab across it will be from the right channel. Argentina are enjoying everything. South Africa still trailing 2-1 against Colombia. We're into the 90th minute in that one. And goalkeeper Harcourt will save for Nigeria. 88 minutes played. A slip by the Flying Eagles.
Oh, that looked like what Lautaro Martinez, what's his name there?
Sorry.
The Manchester United defender would do from Argentina. Lisandro Martinez just comes across to put the ball way off target. They know they've won this game. Just 3 minutes of football left to be played. Like I said, I don't expect any other minutes. It's really embarrassing enough.
Please. Nigeria looks like
the closing down from Argentina. It's
just by leading 4-0
and the high press. It's just come on.
And they've gotten the ball back. They're still craving for more. Wow. But the Flying Eagles can now come forward. They eventually have it. But there's still the high press, just like Alex said. They're charging at the Flying Eagles. They don't want to stifle the possession off them every single time. Six times they have conquered the world at this stage. They'd like to do it again. So I and you were thinking the final 10 minutes of the second half will be give us some glimmer of hope for Nigeria, but it's not been
different.
It's not been.
It's been a totally different game to the way they played in the first half rather. And this man almost got his second goal. Look at that again. good height to the ball. Just the goalkeeper was on hand, and good save from Ebenezer Hakot to keep the scoreline at 4-0. Not even embarrass the team even more going forward.
It's terrible. Terrible from a Nigerian POV, terrible from an African perspective too. But the Flying Eagles could have one last throw of the dice now in the 89th minute. Cross not the best in the world, rebuffed by the South Americans. And it just looks like
now it looks like
a scramble play now. Exactly,
now,
bro. Just struggling to string together some good passes. Nigeria, Argentina will take their time now and just count down to the end, I can imagine. Chile, the host nation, got eliminated in the round of 16. Argentina, who were host in 2023, got eliminated in the round of 16 by Nigeria. Maybe this tournament is not fair to host nations in the last set of editions. Argentina now not playing on home turf as they did 2 years ago, just about to march into the quarterfinals. A feat they could not achieve in 2023 against the same Nigeria.
Well, they're still right in their province, right around their area, still in South America, Chile, Argentina, very close. So they're used to the humidity and used to the weather conditions out there. 4 minutes added, wow. 4 minutes added.
Maybe a chance for consolation goal for Nigeria, maybe.
1 minute for each goal scored.
Maybe a chance for a consolation goal into the first of the 4 minutes, added by the center referee. And I'm just hoping I and Alex can at least have cause to describe a goal for Nigeria for you. I'm hoping that happens, so we don't leave here without anything at all. Else it's going to be quite a sad reality all round. Argentina are going for goal number 5, almost, but that was off target. Pagano with the attempt.
Yeah. He also wants to score and wants to be on the score sheet. Like I said, maybe everybody wants to score now, but that was a decent try from Pagano. Just in the some yards away from the 10-yard area of the Nigerian side. Here come Nigeria. Maybe a consolation goal. Anyway, we do now. I mean,
free kick they have, at least Nigeria. Ramirez guilty of that foul. On
good since he came on, Maigana. I think Maigana's done well in the second
He was the one
half.
who dribbled past so many people then.
He did so well in that.
It's quiet in the first half, but we saw a bit more of him in the second.
a bit more of him in the second half, and you know, not bad for the performance. Maybe one of the guys who you could say could mature into something. Maigana, good player. And,
yeah, just watching 12 fouls against Argentina, 16 fouls against Nigeria. Shot and goal deflection, corner kick for the Flying Eagles.
South Americans are usually the ones who win more fouls in the game, but it's surprising to see that Nigeria have more fouls.
I think it's even more of that. So against someone like Nigeria has committed 16 fouls. So yeah, you're right. So you're still on point.
Yeah, still on point. Yeah,
we've been guilty of committing more fouls.
And you know, it's just their way, but. No, that's not. It
feels like anywhere Belef is. Nigeria just trying to take shots or goals somehow.
I mean, we're not going to have a consolation goal from that type of shot. And this one is done and dusted. It's sad.
Man.
In a day where we came with so much expectation and hope that the Flying Eagles may be doing something, an amazing job, but they've considered 4 goals. Which doesn't look good by any measure when you think about it.
That'll basically be Nigeria conceding 1 against Norway, 2 against Saudi Arabia, that's 3, 1 against Colombia, that's 4, 4 against Argentina, that's 8 goals conceded. And Argentina coming for the 5th, but there's a foul. Free kick for Nigeria.
And that could certainly be the last passage of play in this game. They're brought to the ground. The Argentinians can celebrate now. Job on the business.
Yeah, the referee will be checking that watch of his sooner than later. It's the Flying Eagles just passed the ball around in the half of the Nigerian team.
Should blow the whistle now. I've seen enough. Yeah. over.
It is finally over in Santiago. The South Americans, Argentina, have gotten their pound of flesh. They have tasted and enjoyed getting revenge. 2 years back, it was the Flying Eagles who stopped them from marching into the quarterfinals after losing to the Nigerian side by 2-0. And in 2025, they have doubled that advantage, winning 4-0 against the Flying Eagles, eliminating the West African nation from this year's edition of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. 2 goals each in the first 24 minutes of the first and second half, respectively. Enough to wrap up the success for them. Sacco with the opening one in the second minute. Carrizo scored twice in the 23rd and 53rd minutes. And we saw a brilliant goal by Silvetti in the 66th minute. Full time in Santiago. Argentina 4, Nigeria 0. The South Americans are through to the quarterfinals. The Flying Eagles have been eliminated from the FIFA Under-20 World Cup for 2025. Let's quickly run to South African territory for you and let you know that Colombia, who are up against South Africa, into the 7th minute of added time in that game. Colombia now lead by 3-1. You think it's also confirmed that this time that potentially South Africa are out. It's official. Colombia have beaten South Africa 3-1. 4 goals in that match. 1 for the champions of Africa and 3 for the other South American side, and 4 goals in this one too, involving Nigeria and Argentina, all 4 for the Argentines. So it's been a day where Africa officially has lost to South America. Colombia and Argentina are into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, sad day for African football for these two sides, South Africa and Nigeria. So the captain Bame would be speaking to the media after the game. But tough day for them. 3-1 on one side, 4-0 on the other side. And it's just not good enough, if you ask me. Hopefully they do things right if they get to this stage next time. But for now, it's just sad to see what has happened so far with the Nigerian team and the South African team on a day where, I mean, like I said, if it was even a team that qualified to the next round, that would have been good, but it hasn't been the case so far. It's been flawless from the South Americans, for Argentina scoring 4 goals, and for Colombia putting 3 goals past South Africa.
So 2 of the 4 representatives for Africa that matched into the FIFA Under-20 World Cup for 2025 have now been knocked out in the round of 16. And the Argentine fans and the Chileans who came through to watch this one can now start heading back home, feeling fulfilled that it was a game where they saw 4 goals. For neutrals, it was a good game. For neutrals,
for neutrals, it was a good game. For people who have nothing, connected with this one, with these teams, they would have enjoyed themselves seeing 4 goals on their screen. But for Nigerian supporters, bad day. For Argentinian supporters, wonderful day, scoring 4 goals. Qualifying to the next round of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. I mean, this Argentina team also did well in the sub-20 in the South American region, but they didn't win it. But they're looking at maybe their sight is set now to going all the way. Like I said, the only side who won 3 games in the group stage. They've continued their flawless run. They've won their 4th game of this tournament. And they've now scored 12 goals and conceded just 2. So
amazing.
They're a really interesting side, and I think that they have all it takes to go all the way to the final of this tournament.
Surely do have all it takes, and that's why they've been world champions 6 times in the past. Lessons to learn from this?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that
from a Nigerian POV, I mean.
From a Nigerian POV, the next Under-20 will not be these guys. Pame will not be here. Ebenezer Harcourt would have moved on. Many of these guys will not even be here, except, like we said, except for the really younger ones who may be retained and continue playing for the Under-20 side. But this is not how things are supposed to go. Sometimes I think that they've not done so well. Not just in this tournament, even before this tournament, the AFCON on the 20 tournament, it wasn't good. Like I said, Wafu B wasn't a good performance against the Ivorians. It's been reoccurring. You could tell that there's something missing with the under-20 side, and it's shown already in this game against the Argentinians that the quality difference is a mountain, and we have to close that mountain gap for us to even perform better in the next tournament.
We have to wrap things up right here. It wasn't the best of days in the office for not just Nigeria, but also South Africa. If there's any good thing to take out of these for the two nations, is that both of them lost. So nobody's going to have cause to banter the other one on social media.
Let us go and sleep.
They just have to console each other at this stage. I've done this one with Alex Agbasiere, fantastic guy. Thank you, bro. We have opened officially broadcast for VIVxSports, and this is just the start of something fantastic to come. This is the beginning of something massive to come. With the help of God Almighty and with our efforts, can assure you that there's going to be so much beauty ahead of us. Special thanks to my man Emmanuel Itukudo for helping out with full production and everything that you've enjoyed behind the scenes. He's been the one pressing the right buttons. My name is Chuma Nnoli, and I've done this with Alex Agbasiere. We'll see you in the coming days as we get ready for the Super Eagles, who'll be taking on Lesotho in a World Cup qualifier on Friday. South Africa will also be playing at the same time too on that same Friday. And we have so much more to come for you as far as live football is concerned. Yeah, so at the same time, the respective games. Yeah, makes sense. All right, so take care, guys. Have a good night, and please subscribe again to our channel if you haven't yet. VIVxSports, celebrating African sporting excellence.